Hey, beautiful people. How you guys doing? Sorry, I'm coming late. I do apologize, and I hope every one of us are doing great. Okay. Sorry, my kid just walked in. Thank you for joining me today. This is Ladies of Hot Topics. Here we talk about trending issues, family matters, relationship, and we bring it in our popular opinion, which most of the times our opinion differ. We have five ladies on the hot seat, and we come from different backgrounds. We live in different cities and different countries, and we come here to deliberate every Thursday, and today is one of those days. So my co-hosts are all coming in now. I have Constant Space. She'll be joining me in a few. And I'll be having others as well. Male Fitness. We have Nikki the Global. We have Ochitonia. So we come together every Thursday to talk about, issues as it pertains to women, men, children, our society, and whatever it is that is trending as well. So yeah, Constance, the link is down. You can jump in. Let's get going. Thank you, Spicy. I really appreciate you. Okay, she said she won't be this. I don't understand. Joy said, I'm here. Oh, they actually came in at okay, at 9:55 and 10:55. It actually starts at 12 every Thursday, and we have five of us that deliberate and share different opinions on issues. And okay, Ochitonia will be coming soon. I do have the beautiful Constance Space. Hi, Wanyoma.
Hello, Oyoyo.
Oh, Malicha, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you for stepping in. We'll still be expecting Nikki the Global. She'll be a few minutes late. She has something going on right now in her home, and we'll have Male Fitness. And likewise, we'll be expecting Ochitonia in 5 minutes. Thank you guys for joining us. And I have with me here Constance of Constant Space. So I'm gonna let her introduce herself and then we'll take it there.
Okay. Now or I should wait for them to come?
Should we give them, what do you think? Should we give, okay, Mel?
Maybe 5 minutes. Mel is here.
Okay. Mel, the link is down. Maybe if Mel comes in, we'll just
Start.
yeah, kickstart the event.
Okay.
Hi Mel, jump in, jump in. Let's kick off. Oh my goodness. I had a day off today. I'm actually supposed to take my kids out today, but I said no, everybody should just cool down. Let me finish my premiere. So I took the time to watch some live stream. Okay, Nikki is here. Nikki, were you done? That was so soon.
No, I'm not done.
You just
I said
listen
I
me.
need to introduce myself before I go. I'm not done. Somebody's working on the kids' room, so but they will finish very soon. I just
Just
want.
say you want to see my face that you are missing me. You understand?
I don't even. I know the truth is I don't even see you. Make her look face very fresh first. Before I go, they look the way one okay.
This would have love, eh? They could have not thought I'm to Angie and Sandra love.
Holy Ghost fire.
I thank God back on.
Holy Ghost fire. That is what Holy Ghost fire. Where
Where,
others now? They
where
don't.
is Mel? Mel said hello and she hasn't stepped in.
Yeah, she said hello.
Maybe she's trying to take care of
Our
our big
princess,
madam.
honestly. Okay, maybe we should just start so Nikki can quickly go back to attend to what she's doing because you need somebody to be there.
Okay.
So thank you everyone for joining us. And if you haven't shared in your community page, please don't forget to share. Let's have more people join the team. So this is Ladies of Hot Topic, and my name is Ify of Oyoyo Sword. Something is going on.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. From me. Sorry.
Mel, I can't get in. Wow, what's going on? Try and refresh again, or maybe log out and then log back in to see if that helps you, Mel. All right, so I'm gonna continue. My name is Ify of Oyoyo Sword, and I have two channels on YouTube. Actually, more than two channels now. I'm growing it in another one, but that one is an autopilot, pilot, so it's going to run on its own. So I have basically two channels here: Oyoyo Sword and Oyoyo Ndoki's Kitchen. And I live in the United States of America, the Midwest precisely, where we have the cold. And I discuss a lot of things in my channel, so feel free to also check us out on our various channels at the end of the stream. So I have with me my co-host. I have Constance of Constant Space. I have Nikki the Global. Okay, Nikki is now Nikki Somi, right?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, so me, so me. Hey, see our queen.
Every name you dey pick,
Yeah,
they
well,
have this
okay,
Nikki.
no.
This Nikki go always pick name from
We need
dictionary. Only
always,
you no go fit
yeah.
talk.
We had to cross check with Nikki on the name, the
Well, I
pronunciation.
think I say just enter now.
Ahead now.
Ah, everyday new style.
You see this StreamYard? I'm trying to get it. Telling me you've almost reached the threshold for the month. You know the free plan. I
Uh-huh.
said, Simeon, I meet the host. Somebody else the host, and
I
they tell
don't
me I
even
don't reach
comment
because I
again.
know that I've been streaming a lot, so I've almost exhausted the hours for this. Maybe they thought I was the one streaming, so I had to go out and come back in.
Wow.
Sorry.
But you look so beautiful. I like your hairstyle.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you. I'm rocking my crochet.
This summer is doing good on you, honestly. Honestly. So,
Thank you, thank you, thank
all
you.
right, let me just bring
Constance,
all
what
of
did they
us.
spy?
I have Nikki Somi Ugom. She has wonderful channel, and please check her out on YouTube. Her YouTube is on fire. You're definitely which YouTube. Check her out on Facebook. Her Facebook is on fire. You're definitely going to enjoy her as well. And I have Mel Fitness. Oh, sorry. I have Trending Gist. All right. Trending Gist has multiple channels on YouTube. You heard me say Mel Fitness. That's one of her channels. She has Mel Fitness. She has Something Scary and Trending Gist.
Yes, my scary African mystery.
So I'm
Let
going
me
to
now
allow
be.
you guys
I'll be
to.
back. I'll be back in minutes, please.
Okay, let me allow you guys to introduce yourself. We are going to start with Constance.
Sorry. Wow. Hello, good evening, everyone in the chat. Good evening, Oyoyo, Mel, Nikki. My name is Constance Chine Madusim of Constance Space. And my YouTube channel is Constance Space, and I also have a Facebook page, also known as Constance Space. I am a YouTuber based in Dakar, Senegal, and I am one of the ladies of Hot Topic. So today we'll be discussing on family, right? Should a man conduct a DNA test on his children when in doubt? So you guys are welcome. Just sit down and relax and let's discuss and know how we can expatiate on this topic. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you so much, Constance. So Mel, take it up.
Okay, yes, 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 yes. Another episode. We get excited when we're hosting a new episode. Lovely topics to discuss. So I'm Mel, aka Trending Gist with Octavia Cora. Like the host said, I have multiple channels here on YouTube and same on Facebook, Instagram, and all the platforms. So thank you all for joining us on another segment of the Ladies of Hot Topic, our unpopular opinion. Thank you, host.
Thank you so much, Mel. Thank you. And we are now complete. We have our fifth lady here, Ochitonia. So, Ochitonia, can you please introduce yourself if you're ready?
Yeah. Hello, ladies. Good evening. Good evening from here.
Good
Hello,
evening.
Yo-Yo.
Hey,
Hello.
beautiful.
Constance, this one you're mean. Too much mean.
Good evening. Do I look mean?
I'm so sorry for coming in late because I am just coming from my exam. And guess what? I passed. I'm so happy. Super excited. So I just drove in
So,
and I've been
ladies,
debating things.
let me take you from here. Please congratulate our latest nurse in the building.
Hey!
Okay,
Go
in the
Gap!
comment
Go
section.
Gap!
She just now she'll be
Yes,
chopping the
buzz that,
Arab
buzz that,
money.
buzz that for you, man.
Arab money, you know.
I'm
Yes,
telling
so
you.
not be smart, you know.
Mhm.
Because I know follow some people come Dubai. I follow come Dubai.
Oh yeah.
All right, ladies, I am still your girl. You the welcome back to our hot topic. We are giving it to you guys here, hot. And it's to your girl, UD. Oceania's family, you see UD. You see they pending. Now UD, they here like this. So, in our own channel, that is where we deal with everything that matters is about heart. Anything that touches, that is what we handle in my channel. And thank you so much for being with us today. I am in Arab Emirates, UAE, as you all know. And I'm a mother and a wife. And I have a channel, just this channel. This is just my channel, and by His grace, if God permits, I might even have another one. This, my gisting channels by my side. So you are all welcome. We welcome you all, and I hope today we are going to bring out something that is going to give meaning in our lives, and we are going to all contribute. Everybody is needed to be adding. Even the people at the background, please, you can always add your thoughts. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Ochitonia. We appreciate you. So, ladies, and the comment section and everyone listening to our voices today, we are complete. 5 ladies of hot topics. We deliberate on, yeah, some sizzling and hot issues and hot topics. And today's one is not an exception. So, today we are talking about should fathers conduct a DNA test when in doubt? And I know some people will say yes, it must be done, blah, blah, blah. But we might differ, we might agree to differ. So I'll be starting off by saying, when in doubt, it's very, very important to conduct a DNA test. I subscribe to that, and I believe in that school of thought that a man should know. There is no two ways about it. If you think there was something fishy, or maybe your wife wasn't straight with you, or something that she was into something that you don't know of, or you suspected that maybe that child is not mine and things like that, I think the best thing to clear your mind and give you that sanity you need will be to do what? To run a DNA test on your children. That is my opinion, and that is the school of thought I believe in. And I've shared this with somebody, a man, and he kind of had a different opinion. The thing he threw at me was, what about those that adopt children that are not theirs? Okay, what will I say? Does that mean they have to throw those children away? What if you find out that particular that your child is not really your biological child? Does that mean you kick the child out, or you stop loving the child? That the best thing will be to just not run any DNA at all and move on. I say, oh boy, which kind man be this? I don't want to say the man before una abuse, una say, you already know the man anyway. But that was that was his own opinion. So I was like, really? But I said, well, as far as I'm concerned, blah blah blah, DNA. Yeah, I need to know if I'm a man. I need to know. I was just everywhere talking blah blah. But when he said that, I did like this. I became quiet. I started thinking. I said, okay, this is a man talking. Sometimes when you're not in that particular shoe, you'll be the best advisor the world ever had. You think you're giving all the best until you feel the pain, then you can be able to understand. So when he finished breaking it down, that might even kill the man faster than high blood pressure, because the man will now, every time you look at that your wife, you're still in that relationship, you're still in that marriage, that knowing might cause more damage than not knowing. So based on that, there is no point for a DNA test. So I'm going to hear from my co-host as we deliberate, and also leave us your thoughts and concern in the comment section. We'll be reading everything at the same time. So go ahead, Constance. Let's hear what you have to say.
This topic where coach sha. The thing is, having a partner, you guys are married, you start having children, at some point you start having a doubt. Are they actually mine? That doubt itself is killing, you understand? Like not knowing where you stand. And let's assume these kids are children you've grown so much love for. You understand? Like you see them as your own. And at the end of the day, you now decide to go and conduct a DNA test. And unfortunately, they are not yours. Like before going for that test, like I don't know if I should support go for the test or don't support, as in I don't support or either support. Because the thing is, I just think about the trauma you go through and the pain, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Finding out that they are your children or not your children, you understand? Is this something you can handle? Then number two, are you going to conduct that DNA test based on assumption or because you suspected something? What if that is not the case? And eventually you conduct a DNA test on your children and they are your children. Like, will that trust in that marriage still be there? Will that love still be there? Will that togetherness be, as in, because when your wife is faithful and at the end of the day you now have a doubt, maybe just because of a misunderstanding or something someone told you, or because maybe you saw her at the wrong place at the right time. Maybe you now assume maybe something is going on. Is she cheating on me? How am I sure the children she has are mine? Then you now go to conduct the test without being 100% sure if something is wrong. And at the end of the day, the kids are yours. What are you going to do and how are you going to deal with it? You understand? So I am neither for or against DNA test. You understand? If you ask me on my own opinion, because at the end of the day, it's really, really, really not easy finding out that those children are not yours. And assuming they've all grown, maybe past university level, like how are you going to deal with it? You understand? But if it's something you can deal with, at the end of the day, after all, people go to adopt children and make them their own. You understand? So if you ask me personally, I don't really support DNA because just accept them to be your children, even if they are yours, fine. Even if they're not yours, just see them as children you have adopted. Even if they're not yours, like if your head is telling you that they're not your children, instead of going to conduct that DNA test. And what if you are mistaken? Maybe they are your children. How do you want your wife to feel? So I think that's all I have to say for now.
Well spoken, Constance. You just nailed it. And I'll be putting our commenters what they are saying. Afro Scene TV said it is scary, but it has to be done. Then he now went on to say again, oh, sorry guys, I'm having a call. I might have to avoid this. He went on to say again, to be honest, many men are scared to do it, but we have to make that decision to do the test. It is important we raise our own children, and the other children do need to know their real father. Hey, like Constance said,
What if what do you know there are children whereby the woman herself can't even tell who impregnated her? Like if maybe the father is no longer in that area or can't be found, what are you going to do to that child? Like telling him this is not your father?
wow, okay.
Somebody said in my wait, somebody said with the high rate of infidelity amongst women these days, I think it's possible for a man that is in doubt about the paternity of the kid to conduct a DNA test. Like, I wouldn't want us to be biased about this, like based as in just focus on either a man or a woman. How can you say infidelity amongst women? both men and women are cheating.
But you know, a man can be pregnant. You understand? But a
Yeah.
woman can be pregnant. They
So
both
what
cheat.
about
But
the men
we're
having
talking
children
about the offspring.
outside their home, Balanko?
Or is it the men having children? Then it's now left for the
But
woman's.
what if you say men can't get pregnant? Okay, but what about the men? Example, Yul Edochie, that had everything at home, but now he went and got someone outside pregnant. Isn't that also something?
And
No,
that
but
that one that
I
one
don't
is
like the fact
cheating.
that he was saying
That one
infidelity
is
amongst
cheating.
And
women
some of them,
as if
the point I'm
men
trying
are
to make now is Yul Edochie did claim his own, right? But there are some men that won't claim that child. You know, when they give
exactly.
Yeah,
when a side chick
I
gets pregnant,
understand. I
it's like
understand.
your
But
business.
what we are
Oyoyo,
talking
please,
about is
have you heard of this
DNA on
statistics?
children.
Oyoyo, have you
Huh?
heard of this statistics that I heard they said that out of 100% of first issues like children, that 70 are not for their husbands, like the first issue.
I've heard that before, but
Yeah,
that statistics, I don't see any statistics, just assumption. People are assuming. There is no statistics to back it up. Based on that, I will not subscribe to that. So before we continue, I have two videos, okay? I might share it in the chat. So this one is here. This one. Okay. I was sleeping. Oh, no, you are sitting on me. God forbid, I'm like sitting on you. Who is the boy that is attitude? There's no boy. Where is the boy? Can you guys hear it well?
yeah, yeah.
What you're saying, they were wrong. Just our neighbors are evil. You should stop listening to our neighbors. So even the class teacher is wrong. That for over 1 week now, you are becoming late. And today you completely forgot. I've been busy. Wait, look at your daughter. Look at your daughter. You abandoned her. I'm sorry. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. Check that place. There's nobody. There's nobody there. There's nobody. So somebody came, right?
Oh my goodness. And who is the videographer?
Eh? The
Who
man
was
came with his friend. He's the landlord of the house. You understand? So
uh-huh.
maybe one of the let me pause it. Maybe one of the tenants called him to come that the boy has entered the house. You understand? So he came. Because if you continue to listen to the video, he now say you have to leave my house, you have to pack. This is a woman that is pregnant. Oh, she's pregnant in this video. And she has a 3-year-old that she left at school. Her job was to take care of the home and pick your child up, drop the child, bring the child back in. So at this point, she forgot the child till they had to call the father to come and get your child. And she's been coming late to pick this child every day for 1 week. So this one she completely forgot because she was busy, in the other room with the boyfriend until the neighbors the neighbors called the landlord. And I have another one.
But host, before you play the second one,
Uh,
now the question I have is, women don't easily cheat. A whole lot of people will not want to accept it, but that's the truth. Most women, before they go and cheat, some people do it
Women
out
are
of
more
anger.
committed, seriously.
Exactly. Some of them do it out of anger, and some of them do it out of neglect. The man in their life is not doing the job, and maybe this woman is woman that really likes it in the other room. She likes to be treated good in the other room. He's busy going to work, coming back from work, going to drink beer with his friends, hanging out, and maybe even having side chicks that she doesn't know, because he knows how to play his game. He's smart at it. She doesn't have a clue, but he's ignoring the duty that God gave him, because a man and a woman comes together. It's something that God ordained. You're supposed to satisfy your wife as much as your wife also needs to do the same to you. So I feel like in some cases, it could be that this man was not even touching the woman, even acknowledging that she's beautiful, not even complimenting her if she makes new hair or buys new clothes, not saying anything nice to her. And now she finds this young bobo now that maybe the young bobo use sweet mouth and she fell. What can we say? The man should check himself also.
yeah, Mel, I know I am an advocate for women, but no matter what the situation is, that does not guarantee anybody, both male or female, to cheat on a spouse. You understand? You took
But not everybody have self-control.
Now
We
on
also
her own
need to
part, you know
consider
my
that
problem
not
with
everybody have self-control.
me
yeah.
and my
If
said
she
it now.
doesn't,
Like, even if you are cheating, like you decided to cheat, why should you be carried away to the extent of you forgetting your
Forgetting your
child?
own child. Yes.
That's an extreme.
You
It
understand?
can happen now. We all know how
What
the
happened for
matters
one
of the
week?
other room can get into your brain, mostly
For
when you're working
one
with
week.
someone that is a professional
Yeah.
in the other room affairs, professional of the other room's affairs. So it's possible for you to forget anything, even your own, you can forget your soul somewhere, So it's possible to just be in the mood, enjoying that moment and forgetting that it was 3 o'clock, time to pick up the child, or 2 o'clock, 12, whenever.
Mel, it happened for one week. You were forgetting a Monday,
Because he was so good.
Hey!
He was maybe better than her husband. So she forgot about her. You think she was thinking about her husband? That's why when he came back, she didn't even notice until he walked into the room. She was in a different planet, not even on Earth.
When it comes to cheating, some men cheat maybe to belong, some do it as fun, some do it because I have the money to spend. But when it comes to women, three reasons I think women cheat is: one, either they're not well satisfied at home
Yeah.
or neglect. Then two, what is it called? Materialism. Is it materialistic? I believe in English.
Materialistic, yeah.
Like they want to have what others are having, so they found a man that could sponsor. You understand? I think I've forgotten the other thing. When I remember it, I'm going to mention it. You understand? Like before you see a woman making up her mind to cheat, something must have prompted her to do so, like push her to do so. You understand?
Yeah, but
But
there's
men,
still some people that one man can satisfy. We should not take that part away. There are some people that one man is never enough for. They
is it
have
that he's
high
not
libido.
capable, or he's not performing well, or he's not
He's
taking her
not
to the
he's not
climax?
enough for her. It's not enough.
Like she's always in the mood.
This
Yeah.
person, sorry, let me say something about the question from Afrosin. Afrosin said, there's every chance the pregnancy is not for the man, because no man will really want to sleep with a pregnant woman. Afrosin, let me tell you something. Some men,
Are
that's
you
what they want.
serious?
If you're
Hey,
not pregnant, okay, they don't even want to come close to you. They're not attracted. Some men are completely 100% attracted to marry as in pregnant women. So you cannot say no man wants to sleep with pregnant. A lot of them do it, and
no,
A
that's
lot
what
of
they
them
totally
do.
wrong.
yes.
This, as in lately, I heard that pregnant women are now on top when it comes to cheating. Like they feel the child is already dead, so there's no chances of them getting pregnant and all that. Like they are now, I heard though, they are now the baba when it comes to cheating. Even when they go for this antenatal, they start checking their body. Before you know it, their body has changed and everything has started happening. Gosh.
But also, Constance, the reason why that happens sometimes is because when women get pregnant, the men don't want to touch them anymore. They don't want to come close. You're now like
Why?
you're not like a deity. You get, they don't, because they feel like they're going to hurt the child. You're now very tender. You're this, you're that. And some of them are not
No.
experienced. They don't know
Some
better,
men,
so they
it's not
don't
about
do it.
a male. It's not about harming the child. Some men feel they feel that maybe like she's pregnant, she'll not be able to raise her leg up like she does before, or she cannot bend her.
Ladies,
As they
ladies,
feel
let me say
well.
something, please. Let me say something, please. See what Afro
Lovely, what is
says.
your name?
Oh, I need to introduce myself. In fact, today, oh God. Hello viewers. This is your cool girl,
Olivia.
Nikki.
If I hear,
So you're hot girl, you're hot girl.
yeah.
We are
I'm
not
so
doing
sorry.
cool today.
I'm so sorry, as in I am so late because some people came to work in my house and I gave them 5 p.m. that I have a program at 6 p.m. But you know, African people now, you trust us. 5:30, they never land here. So it's been like, so guys, this is your girl, Nikki. Nick is Somi Ugom. That is what I answer. So is my name on every social media platform. Somebody said I was hiding my face. I wasn't hiding my face. I just don't want the distraction of people walking around the house and things like that. So thank you so much and welcome for today. Sorry for cutting you short. I know I just came in the middle of the discussion. And so why I stopped you guys is that somebody said we are saying this only on the female point of view. And you know, there is somebody that always watches our program each time we are done. He's not always joining the live, but he's always joined as in he watched it from the beginning to end. And each time he watches, he'll be like, why are you guys always focusing on the ladies? You understand? So so make it not be like saying only woman we they talk about. Make we just give them small. Those men are wonderful men, you understand? In as much as things they happen, you get so, but at the end of the day, let's just anyways, the main thing is that we just have to tell our truth. You understand? If we don't support them, we don't support them. If we support them, we support them. So it's all about telling ourselves the truth and telling the truth just as it is. So, guys, I'm so sorry for cutting you short. And this is me. I'm here, live and direct.
All right. I want to read a comment. Rosie Ketch, thank you for joining us. Ed Varieties, thank you for joining us. Ufoma TV, thank you for joining us. We appreciate Time Out with Farm. Jane, O Space, thank you all for joining us today. So Rosie said, I guess she was responding to Constance. She said, Omo, I was bending well with pregnancy. My pregnancy enjoyment was second to none. So you see, and then Mel says something answering a guy that said nobody wants to sleep with a pregnant woman. You guys should give me 1 second.
In response to okay, the host was talking. In response to what Nikki said, and Afro also said the same thing. We try to answer from both parties, but we cannot really put ourselves in the shoes of men because we're not men. But we try as much as we can to balance the equation in every topic we discuss that concerns male and female. So that's why when they said the women cheat, and I also mentioned that what if the man is not doing his duties? So as the conversation goes on, when we see where we have to say one or two things about men, we have to. But if you're a man and you feel like we're not saying much, you're free to call in if you want
Yeah,
to.
you can drop this number.
We still have one space, so someone can quickly jump in for a number of listen to make quickly state what they want to state and step down. You get. We have
Correct.
one more space available.
I can give this number to Oyo to drop down there so that
Okay.
That also can work. So if a man wants to speak, of course you're free to.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Nikki.
Okay. Okay. Give it. That's a +44 7466 828 080.
So our audience, we have a number if you want to call
Yeah,
in.
if you want to join in, you can
Plus
pin it.
447466 820. No, 828080.
Yes.
So you can call in and use a WhatsApp to call in and then join us or share your opinion. So I was trying to respond to something that happened to me when I was pregnant with my first child. I was very skinny and I looked like a model. I went shopping in Atlanta. You know, Atlanta has a lot of black folks. When I mean black folks, not our African black folk, you understand, black Americans. So I walked into a mall. I was with my sister-in-law and my niece. So we were three women. My sister-in-law was at the time, yeah, she was already married, but she wasn't wearing a wedding band. Then my niece was not married, and I'm the one with pregnancy, and I was wearing a yellow dress. So the guy was left all the chicks that were standing single, no belly, and then started talking to me. Man, you look hot in this your pregnancy. Can I get your number? I looked at the man again. I said, the man no, he had no correct, right? So people are like Mel said, some men are attracted to pregnancy. There's some men are weird, they're wired differently, and that's their obsession. If it hits them, they want to satisfy it. So, and I'm gonna read another comment before another host will continue. Rose Kett said, but I noticed my husband had reservation, you see, in her first trimester. It seems like he was scared of hurting in Peking, but I educated him and I told him to read up. When he saw it was safe, he enjoyed the go. You see, so we are all correct in this one, that because of some people are scared of it, some people are comfortable with it, and that is it. So Nikki, before you came in, I played a video about a man that caught the wife red-handed with a man in their bedroom. And the reason why he got home was that school called him that the wife left their child at school. So he first of all went to school, picked up this daughter, and then got home and met the woman in the other room enjoying himself and herself rather. And the woman is still pregnant, pregnant for baby number 2. So in that case, what will you guys say? Who is the father of even the first baby self? Everybody should go for DNA as far as
No, in this case, DNA test is
is required.
100% supported.
Somebody
Because she
was
caught
telling
in the
me.
act.
But
You
what if
understand?
what if she was already pregnant for her husband before she had the boyfriend?
As far as she was caught in the act,
Mhm, mhm.
whatever be it the result of the DNA test, good and
You
fine.
can not. She was
Because
not caught in the
The
act.
truth,
She
the
walked
truth
in.
is
There was
this.
someone, but he didn't see
No, 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 no.
her
The
Oh,
truth is
wife
this.
now.
The truth is
They
this.
were
As
both in the same
The
room.
man was half
1 minute,
naked.
1 minute. Somebody said something. Somebody said something. Afro's Sin TV. She said the man attracted to pregnant women has issues and have a spirit. They need spiritual deliverance. I don't think so. I can say for as in I know for myself when I was pregnant, if you see men, if you see a lot of men,
the
I don't
men,
know what is that,
no,
but
they feel it's safe having
It
imagine,
can't
sex
get
with a
you
pregnant woman.
pregnant, right?
Different people have what they like now. Some people like beans, some people like rice. So
imagine.
you
No,
cannot say
no, no.
somebody that likes
Let me tell you,
beans
because
is
from my
weird.
husband, I happen to know exactly what those men are rushing for. They said that giving it from the back, is the best for a pregnant woman, and it's so soft and so sweet. You
Wow.
understand? So it's not spiritual anything. These men know what.
It's enjoyment.
no, in that case whereby this woman was caught red-handed,
Mm-hmm.
as a human being, that man, there is no way you can expect this man to keep quiet.
Exactly.
There is no way he can be relaxed. Like he will
Exactly.
even start doubting the first child.
Yes.
Of
He
course.
will start doubting the first
She
child,
was
start
caught
doubting
in
the
the act.
pregnancy, and there is no way. No matter what that woman tells himself, he's not
You
even.
know, you know one thing.
So this is
One
not
thing
matter
with
of
men.
talk.
One thing with men is that once they noticed that if something is wrong, their mindset is no more stable. Once they notice that
It's
they
not just.
can't trust you,
Okay,
It's
I
not
have
you,
a
but it's
second
everybody
video.
generally.
I have a second video here, and the second video was that a man ran a DNA test on the daughter and realized that the child is not his. So
hey,
he rushed back and was telling the woman, so this child is not mine. You'll be telling me it's my child, it's my child. The woman was still denying it until the man now said, this is the DNA exam. He said, no, that DNA is wrong. You understand? So the man
yeah.
was asking her to pack all her things and leave the house.
But let me just not cut you short. Pardon me. What I want to ask now is it that this thing is common something? Because in the olden days, we don't think as in otherwise. You dare not. You
Okay.
You
don't
dare
mix
not,
blood
but
in
because
your
in the
But
home.
in
olden
the
days, the
olden
life
days,
of
it
the old
happened
people is
now.
not the
It
same
have
as
it
now.
happened. It happened, but a lot.
But
Like I'll give you example
olden days.
from my own place. Sorry,
It looks like
Nikki.
a taboo. It's a taboo.
What happened was the man was married, and then I think they had issues, fights, everything. Then they beat their wife, all those kind of, now. So she had left, had gone back, but her bride price, nothing was returned. She just moved out of her husband's house for a while. So by the time she moved back in, she had a child. That son she had, it was a son. Already she had 3 children, 2 boys and a girl already. They all look exactly like the man. The man is very dark skinned, everything. The side piece she had when she left for that break was a light skinned person with more straight. Oh,
With my nail polish, you're saying, oh, nail polish.
that is beautiful.
I just
It's an
I didn't know
artwork,
what
okay?
was going on. As in my head had to click to what you were saying.
Me, I thought it was lipstick, Steph. I thought it was lipstick.
I was like, oh, then I now perceive the smell. I took the paper. I said, with my nail polish, when you have over 100 crayons at home.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
Oh God, that's kids for you. So this third child of hers, looked exactly like the other man had like more, flat nose. The other one had a bit of pointed nose. This boy looked exactly like the man they had. It's just few meters, let's say 100 meters away from her husband's house.
Yeah.
That's where the other man's had. That child looked exactly like the other one. And then he also had a child that looked like this other one. And in the village, it was just, even in the traditional dances, they made it as a song, like what kind of cross thing happened. It was obvious that the child that was in this person's house was not this person's child. The child that was in the other person's house was not the other person's child. But it was so difficult because it was just a whole lot of hot mess. Let me just put it that way. But it was clear. You could see, even if you're not from that village, if I pull the three of them, the two men and their sons, you just know that you think you will point this one as this one's father, but no, the other one was the father. So it happened, but because there was no DNA those days, they just let it be. So it's just, gossip in the community, and that was it.
So somebody
that's
said,
it.
yeah, somebody said here on my comments, yeah. What about those people in the hospital that some nurses usually change their kid? Like if it's a boy, maybe they are looking for a boy or something like that, and then give birth to a girl, and then they will change it. What of in this?
The couple involved, they are aware of it. The couple are aware of it. So it's a thing that
What,
Yeah,
what
but
if in a situation, Oyomi, what if in a situation whereby it's only the woman's trick, the husband is not aware?
No, if the couple that stole the child is aware of it, what about the child that was stolen and
Exactly.
changed with
No,
the
the
other
child that
woman?
was swapped.
Yeah,
But
that was
sometimes they said,
Okay, okay,
sometimes they used to say
okay.
it's a mistake
In
from
this
hospitals.
person's home, wait, in the mother that gave birth that they stole the child in her own home. What if something like that happens to her, unknowingly to her, and the husband at the middle of it all found out that
that's
the
what we're
child is
saying.
not his?
That's what we're saying.
and
That's what we're saying.
if the woman did the act by herself, you understand, she has explanation to give to her husband. This is the reason why I
No,
did it.
sometimes a child can be swapped without the mother's
The
awareness.
mother's
Like
not, yes.
you are changing the sex of your baby.
Yeah, I've
So
watched
in
a
that case,
movie
what
that
can be
happened
done?
in that one was an
So
Italian
in
movie.
that case, what is going to happen to that woman? Because she's gonna be a suspicious woman now.
No, no, no. If they run the test on other children and everything happens to be both of them, 99%, that's what DNA can give you. What she can do is they can go back to the hospital and start asking questions.
That is if the man is not having any doubt on the woman. If
No,
he's
no, no.
ready to go with
Even
her.
if he's having a doubt, if the woman's conscience is clear, because there is a way you stand on what you know. I know
Yeah.
you have been the only man in my life.
Yeah.
Even if
But
you
but
put
some men doesn't want to
the
hear that
men
part
will
of
not
it.
hear. That's down the arms, the burden is on the woman to retrace the step from the backstory
Yes.
and
Okay.
go back and
Okay.
prove that
I,
man
let,
wrong.
okay. Let me still give you an instance again. What if in a situation whereby this particular woman, she have not done anything wrong, she have not cheated on the husband at the wrong. Maybe the children has grown. The children are all for the husband. And this situation took place when she was young and she never knew of it. And now she wants to retaliate to the husband. Maybe they have been fighting. Maybe she wants to step out so that she will retaliate. Some people have such mentality. Or at the wrong run, this man happens to start having doubt on her, and the hint that he have to check this. What's gonna happen?
That who had okay, this thing happened many years ago, right? The
Yes,
woman wants to retaliate. What
and
is
she's
she
not
retaliating?
aware, and she have never cheated when she was having children.
Okay, so she now wants to tell she wasn't aware. She has never
Yeah,
said, no, what is she
yes,
retaliating on? There is nothing to retaliate.
no. Once the family is still going, maybe at the wrong run, the family is no longer sweet, boxing and all that, and she happens to step out.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Step out
and
and now,
this suspicion is there, and this man have to now check and started having doubts. Now have to check, and this
No, she
thing
will
have
have
to.
to bear the
okay,
consequences
okay.
by trying to retaliate.
Yeah, okay. Now I understand what you're saying. The relationship is no longer working well. The woman
Well,
stepped in.
who don't know? It's
See,
better as
see.
I carry my bag, JJ.
Okay, wait now. Are you telling us something here?
The thing is, the thing is,
No. I'm not. I'm not.
things
I'm
like
not
this
in that.
happened in the past. You understand?
In that, no.
But
What I'm saying there,
recently,
what I'm sending to you now is, Instead of you to step outside, instead of you to retaliate, madam, carry your bag, tell you.
That is understood, yeah. The thing is that Tonya, these things that happened in the past, you understand. But now, recently, there are measures that are taken for as in people take now to avoid such situations. One is as in knowing the sex of a baby before putting to bed. Secondly, is now I think they have a tag they use on babies, like as in one people are very very careful now to avoid their children being swapped. You understand? Because cases like this could cause a very big problem in a home
Yeah.
where maybe a woman is actually looking for a male child. She goes to the hospital and they promise to give her a male child. Then an innocent woman give her the baby of a baby boy. They now swap her child and give it to the woman looking for a male child. Now later on in the future, they do a DNA test on the female child. She's not the child of the man, and whereas the woman is innocent.
Yeah, in
Yes,
that
I
case,
think
Constance, in this
now
in
we
this
are more civilized, so such things hardly happen now.
yeah, in this example you guys gave, in that case, I would advise there is no point for a DNA. These are instances that you say, I trust my wife. I don't know what
Exactly.
happened. You understand? I don't care about DNA. I want to love my children equally. But these days, when I gave birth to my
You
second,
just said it so easily. You
no, no,
just said,
so
I just wish it will go to some men like this.
see, my husband has different opinion about DNA. I just did a preamble about what somebody, it was actually my husband I was referring to. He has entirely different opinion. I was like, hey, I'm up for DNA. Why are you blah, 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 blah. He said, just calm down. That what if you go and then you have blood pressure and die before the DNA result comes out? That
Yeah.
there's so many things that could happen. That if you can go and adopt a child and give that child 100% affection, then you don't have to worry yourself about too many things.
Exactly what I said
That
in the
is
beginning.
left
I
is
wouldn't be
between that
so.
woman and God. That's what my husband said. In between
But
that
at the
woman.
same time, Oyoyo, when you're adopting or when you're preparing yourself for adoption, you kind of already prepare your mind, your emotions, your everything, that this is what I'm going to do, probably because that is the person cannot get pregnant or whatever the issue, whatever the case may be, right? Or all your kids are grown, they're out of the house, and you're just kind of bored, you need someone to play around and all of that. You've already prepared your mind. But now we're talking about something that you never ever thought of. It
Yeah.
never ever crossed your mind. You know that you're
Let,
100%
let
okay.
me
You
give you
know very
guys.
well as a man that you can fire down and get a woman pregnant even with one hand. And all of a sudden, you start seeing red light like, why is this child looking so different from me? Or acting okay, DNA, or you start suspecting the lady. Now you want to go. If you don't do it, you will never be okay. That's just the truth. Once I feel like when men get to that place where they feel like DNA test is needed. If they don't do it, it will never be okay.
Yeah,
And
some
after they
people.
do it, they will never see the children the same also if it comes
Thank
out
you.
negative.
That's what he was trying to like avoid. Because the
Yeah.
moment you realize that, unless if you're ready to end that marriage with that woman, because first of all, you wouldn't want that woman to sleep on your bed. You can't be able to like marry the two together. It's a lot of trust issue. Then if you're ready to end the marriage, then he says he will advise you go for DNA. But if you're still going to do the DNA and then the results will come out against you and you still harbor the woman, you will be under the same roof. You're not being honest to yourself as a man. Unless so you need to determine whether I'm ready, whatever the consequences
Are
is
you mentally ready for it?
for anything that will come out of it. If you're not, then forget it. There was a chance that happened here. The man said the fourth child looks like us. That's us between the two, the woman's side and his own side. The second child, but this third one that doesn't talk to anybody, always locking himself in the room. That child, I'm suspecting. So when my husband was doing mediation, it's okay. I need you to prepare your mind, whether you're ready to end the marriage or you want to still continue. Know the consequences that come with this. If the result happens to be against you, you're still going to live with this woman for the rest of only God knows when. Just know that you might end up dying before your due date. So
The
is
thing is, like you said, like being mentally ready of
Mhm.
the outcome is number one thing when talking about DNA test. I had this discussion I had with a friend a long time ago. Like he said, he's someone in a marriage, but at the end of the day, he feels like he's suffering. Like it's hard for him to get what he deserves from the wife. Like he could count how many times he actually went down with the wife in a year. Like sometimes it's once in a month. Like she's so stingy with the thing that I don't know if she wants to package it and take it to heaven. So after their first issue now, she became pregnant the second time. You know, the man was actually in doubt if he's the father of that child because he was like, I don't know when this thing entered. Like I can't remember going down with you. How did it enter? You understand? But the child is here now. The man gave birth to the child, but he didn't even think of going for a DNA test because at the end of the day, he felt like, okay, this is my let me allow the child to just grow up because at the end of the day, I don't think I can deal with the mental I don't have the mental state to know the result of this child if he's mine or not. Because at the end of the day, when you're not giving me the thing very well, maybe you are giving to somebody outside or maybe
Mm-hmm.
you're just being stingy.
Mm-hmm.
But because he wasn't ready for that mental psychological problem, like it's not my child or it's my child, he decided to let go. So
But
not
at the
everybody
same time,
can
once you've
take
been having that doubt, and if you don't check it, it's not still the same mental torture because
no,
that will keep coming to your mind. So sometimes
it's
I feel like it is even
I don't think
better once you've crossed that part of I'm having doubts. When you start having that,
No,
it
no, no,
simply means
no,
you don't
Mel
even
is
trust
not
the
the
you
partner.
same.
have doubt, Mel.
Mel
The
So
thing
is
is
not the
just
same.
be on a balance. Like it's either he's my son or he's not my
because you
son.
keep seeing that child in the
No,
house,
you will not.
every morning you
You
wake
know
up,
why I
every
said
time you
First,
go
you
to
go
bed.
for the DNA test, and it happens it's not your
Mel, the
child.
reason why I said it's not the same is that okay, you might okay, maybe she's cheating on me. That is a maybe. You're
Maybe
not
yeah.
sure. Maybe that child is not mine. It's a maybe. And then by the time, as they, they say that time heals wound, right?
Yeah.
Then 2 days, 3 days, 1 month, then before you know it, you start forgetting it.
But
Yeah.
But
that child is growing right in front of you,
yeah,
and
you forget
the facial
things.
features, maybe even the character, because you've already lost this thing in your head. You now start thinking the child's character is different from yours, the way the child walks,
I
the way
know,
that
but
child talks,
have you
everything.
seen
And the child is growing up, and the
Mel?
child will be in your life
It's
until
not the same.
God knows when.
It's not the same when you have an evidence on your hand. Every day you wake up in the morning, you go and bring the DNA test. Hey, this child is not my own. No, it's not the same. It's
But
not
you
the
you have to look at the DNA test every morning you wake up, or you just
some
know
will
that the
put it
child is
under
not
the
yours,
pillow. Some will
and you
put it
just put it away and just maybe not treat that one the way you treat the other one or two or three you have, knowing fully well that this is your wife's child now you get. But at least you just know, because some men will be able to do that, say, well, I won't be able to maybe go out buy ice cream for all my children. I must not buy for him. You go buy for you get. But he's now satisfied that okay, I have three or I have two. Number four is not mine. No, number two is not mine. Number one is mine. So he just
so
focuses all his love on one and ignores two, the rest.
okay. Let me welcome some people who have spicy talk with Onwa dear. She is a relationship expert on YouTube here. She talks about marriage, relationship, and what have you. And she has been giving us her own opinion. I've been pinning them on the screen for us to read as well. And I do have Rosie Ketch. I think she wanted to step on, but she dropped. So we might take one person today. Can we? If anybody wants to join
Yeah,
today.
definitely.
Okay.
Sure.
So Rosie, if you're still there, you can step in again. So Spicy said some women use the honey pot as a weapon against their husband. Raises some doubts. Honestly, if he has the money, he should go for DNA. Women are the one championing for this DNA, 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 DNA. One of the reasons why I think men might not be championing it is because they all have side chicks outside. Like you all did his own goal and
But
then stop.
also the
You
fear of what most of them do.
That's why
Not really when that they always step out, they will just feel like even a woman that is faithful, the husband might be thinking, because I cheat on my wife, if I go and do the DNA, it might come out negative just because it's what they do. So they try
that's
to
what I'm
project
saying.
that onto the next person.
So it could be also another reason why they don't want to like run a DNA test.
Spice
But
made a point on the comment section.
yeah,
Truth is that the
yeah,
relationship we build will determine the amount of trust we have for ourselves.
But
absolutely.
all this thing like people that just got married, the love is there and things like that. The man cannot just wake up one morning and start saying that, oh, I want to run a DNA test on my kids or things like that. There must be something that will prompt that thing to happen. Okay. And there's sometimes I feel like, everybody cannot even have the kind of conscience I myself have, because I don't see a reason whereby a man I'm living with in the same house, I know that I no longer love this person. As a matter of fact, I'm more interested now to be with somebody else or something like that, and I'm staying with him. Then go out there to do. Okay, let's say you sleep with this person, you get pregnant, knowing fully well, say this pikin no belong to man where you marry. That one. I don't know if
But
I
some
should
people
say.
feel like they are smart enough to
Not
outsmart their
everyone has
partner. So
conscience.
that's why they don't stress about
But,
it because they
but
are already married.
Has
Do you get?
conscience.
So automatically, everybody will just assume if you're pregnant, right, that it's your husband. Will anybody think when you see a married woman pregnant, do you ever think that it could be a boyfriend's child? So I feel that some women, that's what they think. Like, okay, my husband no go suspect. One. Two, even society won't suspect because I'm a married woman. And as far as he doesn't know that I'm stepping out on him, of course I
just
can put the child
just
on
like
him.
Constance said that somebody was asking me and you, we don't sleep all the time. How come you're pregnant and things like that? Seriously speaking, if I am a man, if I am a man, um, I know it wants to sleep. There are ladies that their body is so fertile that just only one touch, mom, like this don't enter. You understand? But if a woman get pregnant from outside and come back home, even if you're making love with this lady as somebody that you love, if that connection is there, there is no how you won't notice that, unless if this woman doesn't have conscience. Because if you have conscience, there is no way both of you, if you're making love with the man you say that you love, and you have done, I'm not talking about the men's side now, because some men, whether they don't sleep with 20 women, concern them. The same energy they give to that person, the same thing they will give to you. But women,
But men don't necessarily
You know,
fall in
Nikki,
love. They
Nikki,
don't sleep
Nikki
with their
now,
heart, emotions. They don't involve emotion when they do all their cheating
Nikki
thing.
now
They
is
just
talking
want to
from
hear it and just quit it and all of that.
Noel.
Some of them is over time that when they are saying like one person, over time they start developing feelings and all of that. But naturally, when men step out, they are not stepping out because they have feelings. It's mostly women that step
Nikki,
out
where's your
with
phone? Somebody
feelings,
is calling.
emotions, and everything. That's why they get caught more than men.
oh, you're calling the
No,
number. Oh my god,
Nikki now
can
is
you call it
speaking
again?
from a place of
Are
conscience
you
or
calling on WhatsApp? I
from a
can't
Nick,
hear.
you don't
personal
dey Nick, you don't dey fall our hand. Do I not
personality.
understand?
You understand?
This your
Listen,
number.
Oyoyo, somebody made a comment here. I want to talk
I
on
can't
that
see the
comment.
missed call here,
Can
guys.
you hear me?
Yeah, we
Okay,
He
can
go
hear
said
ahead,
you.
Constance.
if he has the
I guess
money,
it's not correct. The
he
number
should go
is
for the
she died.
DNA
She should
test
change,
when
check
in
it
doubt.
very well.
You understand?
Yeah.
If he has the money, he should go for the DNA test when in doubt. He should answer again, yes, any innocent woman won't fight it. Okay, now,
Oh,
let's assume the
oh,
woman
yo,
is
excuse me,
innocent.
Constance. Constance, no vex, I beg. Oh, yo, please put this one number, okay? The one I gave you is one I'm using for my life. I'm so sorry, you're right. It won't come in because I'm using the, okay. Oh, yo, please put this one, +234.
Hold on, +234.
Yes, 817.
On WhatsApp call, right?
Yeah, WhatsApp, yeah. 817
Huh?
933 5215.
5215.
Yeah, that's the one we use. I'm so sorry.
+234, right?
Yeah, +234 817 933 5215. Right.
Okay. So this one is Niger number.
Yeah. But it's on my WhatsApp here. It's connected to my WhatsApp.
All right. So I do have a different number now, Rosie. Sorry about that. You can
Sorry
still reach.
about that, okay?
Okay. Constance, I think you were saying
Constance,
something.
Yeah.
yeah.
So as I was saying, she now said if he has the money, he should conduct the test. And she now said again that yes, any innocent woman won't fight it. Now, you want to conduct a DNA test, maybe probably because you have the money and you have doubt. Then an innocent woman will not fight you for going for a DNA test. Now she's innocent.
I
And
will
do you
fight
think
you.
when you go for that DNA test, that home will still remain the same?
I will fight you when you come back. Let me answer the question, okay? I will
Okay.
fight you because, first of all, you don't trust me. That's why you were calling for a DNA. And then if we come back and let's assume when it's not something you wake up and agree to do. I told you severally when you were talking about it that this child is yours. Why are you behaving like this? Who is talking to you outside? Who are you listening to? And I said all of that. You did not listen. And I'll sat you down, wake you up at 12 a.m. and say, see, this child is yours. You're damaging me for your continuous nagging about this DNA thing. You're destroying my trust. You're destroying me. And I haven't said all of that. You did not listen, right? Then I will say, okay, fine, let's go for the DNA. And then by the time we finish with the DNA and come back,
Okay,
that
a call
marriage
is coming in. A call is coming in now.
okay, that marriage won't be the same. So let's take Rosie's call.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, we can hear you. Can you guys hear her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Hello. Yes, Rosie Ketch. I said to call like this so that I think network will be better.
Okay. Go
Can
ahead,
you
Rosie.
Yeah, we
Yes, we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay. I just feel like it's a lot. And for me, I feel like the point of women having children and bringing to the house is entirely different from a man having children outside because most of the times, if a man has a child outside, it's very few times that the man brings the child into the house with the woman without the woman knowing that the person is the man's child. Do you understand? So now, even if the woman knows that the child is her husband's child, it's either she's taking care of the child willingly or unwillingly. You know how African women can suffer now. So you can take care of the child and be grumbling every day, or you will not take care of the child. Two options. But when women go out, get pregnant, know that this child is not your husband's child, you bring the child to the house, your husband treats, loves this child like his own, pays school fees, does the same thing that he would do for his child, for that child, like with the mindset that this child is my own. I feel like that's one of the highest form of deceit. Now, when it comes to the DNA part, one of the issues, I think there are a lot of reasons why men will not want to do DNA. Number one, maybe the man not say machine gun not they work. He knows in his head that this child is not my child. You understand? But he's like, it's better for me to live with this lie all my life. I know that this woman has gone outside. She has gone out. She has walked around. She has a baby. But now the whole world feels like this child is my child. Oh yeah, me too. I know that this child might not be my child. But better to live with this lie than to know the truth that might kill me or and all those kind of things. Then what they call it, another reason again that a man might live with a child that is not his own, like we said first time, the shame. But I feel like most men, if the man knows that something is working well and he knows that he can impregnate a woman, most men will not want to live with a child that's not their own because they still have time, an option of going to get another woman pregnant and that woman will have a baby that is their own. You understand? Most people live with people in their houses, pay the same school fees for their children, maybe their brother's children or someone that they want to take care of. It's different. I know that this child is not my own. I'm doing these things because I want to do it out of my own free will, not because somebody else is deceiving me. And I feel like women who actually go get children and not tell their husband. When I see all these things online, I feel like, when they want to say, men cheat, I say, that cheating, I'm not justifying the cheating, but if the man has a child, the man most times doesn't force that child, like, for you to take care of that child. You have an option of taking care of that child.
Yeah.
For this one of taking, and not sometimes, these days, the children will look like the man. If don't I don't say the child will begin to look like the father that did not even give birth to him. You understand?
Yeah.
So you would think that the child is okay, like my son looks so much like the father. It's just his mouth sometimes like give me money, make I go do DNA test and make I chop the money. You understand? That kind of thing. This kind of his own case now, you can tell that he's his father's son. You understand? You get, for some cases, the children might not even look like the man at all.
Or even the
They
woman.
don't behave. And I feel like, see this thing, these genes are very powerful. You understand? Like, you would find out most times, I feel like sometimes these men know your instincts, because there's a reason that will make you want to go and do DNA test first. You have seen something.
Yeah.
This child is not behaving like me or any of my family members. You understand? So I'm seeing something different. His face, this head, we don't have this kind of head. He begins to think of something before he would go to do that kind of DNA test. So me, if a man wants to do DNA test too, because if I had a brother and a woman does that kind of thing to my brother, I would feel really bad because, you know, because really your children, those children are not really my nieces or nephew. You understand? You've hurt my brother, you've hurt my family. You understand? So it's a lot, and nobody is saying you have to live with the man or anything. But I just feel if men want to do DNA test, please, if I will advise you, if you feel like your heart can carry, if you feel like your machine gun is working, and if you find that you can go and give another woman belly to born, you try. But if you know that your thing is not working, better to just have God sent adopted children and live your life like that. That's my 2 cents. So
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Rosie.
so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate this. And then I want to say something about what Rosie said. When the machine gun is not working, I know somebody. You know, Nikki married when she was very young. It's just one goal. You don't stop, right? I know.
Even that said, when they can't do it again, you go head
So I know of a girl. She married from SS2. So maybe she was 16 or 17. This girl waited for 10 years. No child. At some point, her mother started passing some comments with her, female Owambe friends that have told my daughter severally that she should leave this man, that the man cannot get a woman pregnant. You understand? Then the next thing we heard the next year, the girl was pregnant. She had the first child. Then the girl said that she's going to have another one. The mother said, hey. Then the mother's friend, it was from the mother's friend that we heard that why instead of her to go and have children from outside, that Jenny look up to Lime, gave on this man for. This woman has 6 children. We don't know if he was from the same man or from multiple men. And that husband of hers will never in this life say D what, D-A what? No. Because he cannot get a woman pregnant. But the wife
But is it something that is confirmed, or is just this normal speculation that our people always make?
No, 10 years. They've gone to every hospital in Lagos. Nothing, no help was forthcoming. The girl said no, that she going to remarry will be a problem now, because which other young man will come and marry her? They will say the problem is hers. And then they love each other. So what's the deal?
They love each other.
But in that case, the man might have agreed to,
that's
don't let me know. Don't let me not know, do it far away, but get it done.
That part we don't know. But the way women talk about it, was her mother that was telling my mom that that the girl the girl got married at 17, way from her SS2. You understand? We were even like, why didn't she finish high school? Eventually, they allowed her to write WAEC. What was the rush? At the end of the day, she waited for 10 years. People thought she was the problem. She was not the problem. Medically, her husband's machine gun was not working, but they have 6 children and they live happily very, very after. You know how they say it?
Ever after.
So in that situation, would the man say brothers or cousins and relatives ask for DNA? No. Nobody.
But the truth is, the thing with DNA, this is just my own opinion. I feel like before a man will ask for DNA, he might have seen something. I don't think a man that doesn't have any suspicion, a man that trusts his wife 100%, even though he feels like his child doesn't really look like him, I don't think the first thing that will come to his mind will be maybe she cheated. He might just feel like, okay, maybe the child looks like my wife, or someone from my wife's part of the family, or someone from my own.
Sit up. This thing you are saying is just absolutely correct. But it's some men that has sense that we admit it and cover the shame and cover the family. Most of them, some of them will even catapult the woman, catapult everything. I will tell the world. I will carry her speaker. You will be holding him. I will carry that speaker. I'm going to tell him.
That's a stupid
in our culture, in Igbo culture, they said once a woman has your bride price, that any child that you brought into the home is your child.
The husband's son. Yes.
So it's only those who are not comfortable with living with another man's child that will be like, okay.
You know the funniest thing. The funniest thing is, I had last 18 years when my daddy was alive. So they were discussing like elders. I heard when he was saying that it's not that a man sleeps with my wife that is the problem. But the problem is what they were discussing inside that room.
Wow. Yes,
And
Now,
I asked him, Daddy, what do you mean by this? He said it's a riddle. That what even that what did that man what did that lady tell that
Tonya,
man
you know
that
now.
I'm not doing it well?
Tonya,
Is it that
wait,
I'm not doing it well, or
wait,
I'm not
Tonya,
setting it well, or
wait,
I'm not,
Tonya,
that's
hold on.
screaming. That's screaming. Wait, yo, that's screaming. What you are saying there? That is what is terrible.
Now I know where your father was going to. You know, when you're in the mood, when you're cloud 11 or cloud 20 or cloud 9, you'll be singing hallelujah on top of the whole thing.
oh,
So
Emeka, you are the
My
best.
my daddy said a lot of things was said there. That is his anger.
Constance say, Emeka, you're the best.
Give it to me,
I
oh,
thought
give it to me.
Constance was reading
Give it to
comments.
me, oh, give it to me. Oh my God, I'm finished. God, I remain in your hands.
I was replying to them what you could be saying.
So
So
that
when you
national
ask the
anthem
name,
alone, my daddy said, my daddy said that, my daddy said that national anthem alone is enough to kill a man.
Whoa.
That his heart is dying silently.
Wow. You see? Okay, let me get back to what Omwadie said, that any child brought into a marriage becomes the man's own. There, in those days, though, we don't see more of it happening today because science and then young mothers are now educated. Have you thought about a woman or a couple that has sickle cell children? Maybe they will be dying. What do you think happened? That those that eventually, sustained children, kept children, and had children, what do you think happened? They would try and look for the brother of the man or maybe somebody from the clan to get them pregnant. You understand? So that they can keep their own children. So there will be somebody in their own family. We have somebody like that in our community.
but that one is not wrong now, traditionally, because it's part of the culture and tradition that, because even if the man dies, you're handed over to one of his brothers, right? That's how it used to be those days. So
those days,
it's
yeah.
still part of the family deal
Even
that
till now,
the brother can help. Really, they still hand over.
Yeah, some people still do that. So in that kind of situation,
when my husband died, they asked me if I wanted to marry in that kind of thing. Do I want to give foul to anybody in the family?
Wait, let me scroll down.
Yes. It's normal. It's normal. No, but don't try that. It's normal.
What
Now,
do you mean it's normal?
you want to enter.
Look, this is
You want to
2020,
enter
2020, 1 million. I don't know, 2020.
I wonder what
I remember.
I wonder what is normal in that situation.
Wait. I remember vividly that one of my uncle wanted to take over my mother when my dad died. He was like, in fact, Ngozi,
and that one makes sense now. Tonya, your own makes sense. Yeah, your mother, at least your mother is over 50 years now. Is your mother not over 50? We're talking about now, Constance and the people around her age. What are we saying?
Made a very valid point now.
This is
truth is, in those days, our parents covered a lot to keep a home and save face. But with the era of social media, everything is exposed. Thank you.
But you people are even saying this. Let me tell you people, you people are even saying this. You people are even saying this. My own brother, our first son died. The wife is even the one asking for one of the brothers. Even the wife,
because she likes them now.
You know that their wife,
hold on, Tonya.
Their wife fought endlessly. They have to drag everybody inside the house.
How old is that your brother's wife?
My brother's wife is around should I say around 39, 40 then.
Okay, when that thing happened.
Yes.
Okay, then how many years ago? Like 5, 6, 7 years ago?
Like call it like 10 years ago.
Oh no, that was a long time. No young chick like Constance would do that.
I don't get it.
No. There's exception. There is exception.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the man is from like let's say Davido's family,
No, not even the
Otedola, their
not
families, you
Davido.
know,
There is exception,
where
Mel.
Adeluga,
You know,
Mel.
some
you know,
people
those kind of
they can be
people.
admiring your brother, when they get married.
No,
Some
another
people
thing.
be
There's
admiring your
another
brother.
big exception,
Of course,
Mel.
you should love the brothers, but not in that
That's love.
way.
It's not talking about that kind of Christian love. I'm talking about
The real
the
emotional
real
love.
thing, yeah.
That
Because
means that means this woman has been looking at their thing, you know, their
now
cucumber.
wetin we dey talk
When
about
even
now.
when his husband was still alive, when the husband was still alive, she's been looking at his brothers, you know. That's why she was able to ask, "Can you give me one? What I've been fantasizing on all these years." That's why she asked.
All right,
She didn't
let
want to
me
go and search
welcome
for
some
one.
guests. Let me welcome some guests. Hello, Omaya girls. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Priska, for joining us today. Thank you, Spicy Talk, for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Girls, okay, let me show you guys something, please. Come here. You see, when you're busy doing something, man, you think it's just your small child, right? Come, look at my daughter. Stand, let them see you. No, not this way. No, this way. She has dressed like a bride with a flower on her hand, wearing a full bridal dress. Can you?
Marry the hungry am.
I don't know. She wants to do bride. Is it marriage you're doing or flower girl?
She's getting married.
She's getting married. Can you leave my space, please?
No, it's not this girl, though.
I was saying something
It's
just
the
now
youthful age now.
on the
Your
comment
own don't pass, though.
of Spice It Up with Onwadia,
Okay.
saying that truth in those days our parents covered a lot to keep a home and save
And
face.
everything is with social media, everything is
But
exposed.
with the
Yeah.
era of social media, everything is exposed.
One.
That's what I'm
Ba-
saying now.
Bagaba.
You know, then should I say marriage was kind of sacred then. Even now, Seth, like last time we were discussing, I told you guys that some men in their homes that they prefer keeping quiet so that people will not think that they are not man enough, they can't keep their homes, they can't handle their homes. Likewise, some men might find out that okay, this child is not mine. But because of the embarrassment that oh, your wife actually had a baby outside, they want to conceal that too. You
Man,
understand?
are you laughing at what I'm laughing at?
What happened?
That's what
I don't understand, though. Afro TV, what are you saying? That all women, the fact is that all women look at men's cucumber.
But
Don't
that's
pretend.
But you know that a lot of men say that, and they believe that
All women, no, don't classify it, no.
Sonia,
and Australia, at least 90%, at least if not 99.
Your eyes must go there. You must you will wait.
It might not be that you want it, but you just look. You know, you just good to look, just to know if it's okay, or what. You know, just to know if it's okay.
Sonia, don't overthink it. We're only
Don't
talking about
overthink
looking,
it, though.
and looking is
I
allowed.
don't overthink it, though.
If you are
I
wearing
know,
a
I
tight
don't know where
boxer
they
and
come
you
from,
pass
oh.
me, I will wear it and you pass. It's normal.
No, sincerely, you know my advice for young women or young girls.
Yeah.
See, don't come and down say that when I did not try, I did not check him out, I did not.
Right.
Next day, when you now got married into, you now realize it's just like maybe my small hand. Then you now say because of it. No.
Investigate. Do your investigation. Full investigation.
Look.
You know that's where the issue comes from. Like when it comes to others, like my brother.
One of my friends, one of my girlfriends.
I never talk. Allow me talk, Joe.
Yeah.
Let me use my
Nikki,
brother.
you are too small now. That is why we couldn't allow you to talk. Wait first. Back one side.
I'm still a virgin, you know. I'm still a virgin.
Now you're a virgin, oh. Now you're a virgin. In
Yes,
the
I'm a
midst of
virgin
all
now.
of us, you're a virgin. You see, ba?
Me, I'm a pure virgin. If you don't know.
Me, I am a Virginia.
So in a situation whereby,
But one of my friends, Nikki, 1 minute, okay? One of my friends, when I was in my secondary school, I'm about to enter university. Well, in my first year, one of my friends told me, if you see her, if she is her name, she has a very big breast. So she told me, UD. I said, what is it, baby girl? She said, come, let me tell you.
Please pin that Spice comment that she talked about sacred marriage then concerning what Constance said, so we can talk about it also.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Sonia.
she told
Sorry.
me. She now told me. She now told me, come closer, let me tell you. I come. Because she seniored me like with like 5 years. She said, let me tell you something you don't know. Because I used to friend people that is bigger than me then. I like it. So we flow well. But those of my mates, they can always gossip. They can always finish you. They look for one way or the other to destroy you. That is it. So I look for those that will give me advice. This lady called me and I said, yes. What is it? He said, I want to shift something into your mind now. Always know that whatever you want in life is what you go for in marriage or friendship. So that in case metonye di menu, if you result to marry, make you even come to follow up. I said, okay, it's true. What you're telling me is true. I said, you see that guy I'm looking at now? I said, yes. I said, you see that guy? He usually come in the evening. Most of the times, if he come, he wouldn't want me to have too much to do with him. I am trying to get the time that we will sit down in one place. I said, but it's only place you people drinks that you people go. He said, yes. Udi, hold on. You will see as it will happen. I'll just use my hand and hold that place first. Wait.
And size it.
I said, this is that. Catch them sharp. Catch them sharp.
But
said,
that's the mistake that Nikki, let me just quickly chip in this because I know you're supposed to speak next. That's the mistake some people think when you say do your full investigation. Some people feel like you want them to go to the other room with the person. You don't necessarily have to go to the other room to know what size it is and if it's the perfect size for you, because everybody have their
But
size.
and it's not performing well.
Says that she check.
If it's the perfect,
no pretense.
That's why you have to do your full investigation, and your full investigation also require you to kind of have special questions to ask and very deep kind of questions.
I have that shame.
That
I have
you can
that
put
shame.
two
I
or
never
two
check like
together,
that.
and you can
You know
tell
how I
if
check.
this one can.
I know Oyo wants to
Deliver.
know how I check my own. Let me tell her how I check my own. I check my own because you have been looking at me to know where I'm driving at. I check out my own by mail, checking the height, the structure.
Which guy knows that one?
That doesn't work all the time. They even say check the fingers. They say check the fingers. Even the fingers sometimes are not that correct.
There's a question here. There is a question here. Somebody said, what is your take for a woman who knows that the fault is from the husband and cleverly tried helping by going out without the man's knowledge?
You're on your own, no.
Yeah,
I think she's wrong. Discuss it with him first.
Yeah,
if you
are on your own.
Yes, discuss, and if he says go ahead, then if it's okay by you, you do it.
So most of them will not agree. Most of them will ask you to go for adoption. Most of them will never agree with that, even if you discuss it.
But some people,
tomorrow.
if that's what you're saying, some people don't like adoption also now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Nikki, you wanted to say something. It's okay, please. Let me. Nikki wanted to say. Nikki wanted to say something, and you kept talking.
Tonya, okay.
Wait, if there is a time I will be mute. I will be mute very soon. Hold on. Very soon I will be mute. Right. More than you people will say that I faced the matters of my heart. Very soon.
Why are you muting yourself?
1 minute. I don't say you go finish me, parrot. 1 minute. One thing for sure is I advise such person, if you have such a situation and such a man, because some men can be if you do like this, if some men are like that, please quietly discuss it with him. If he does not agree, he sticks on it. If you cannot manage it, pick your bag and go quietly. Than to go and bring that rot on you and the children.
No,
these kids will suffer it. If you do it, these kids will suffer it.
You know, a woman that loves her husband might not want to cheat or go outside. Also, the man also knows he has the problem. So this
wait, unless listen to me, Constance. Unless you want to stay, unless that love supersedes everything, just like you said.
Packing your bags might not be the only option.
And it's not even as easy as you say it. Packing the bag is not as easy as you say it.
Go outside and bring it inside. You will see that man in action.
We're not saying go outside. Some people will prefer that now. You cannot say pack your bag. You cannot tell a woman that will say, I want to be in the marriage. I love this man. I care about him.
And
I
you
really want to
decide,
work something with
wait,
him.
you
Okay,
want
She
to be
might
in the
say,
marriage
yeah.
and you
ladies,
decide to go outside and
ladies,
bring in a child. When
ladies,
this woman is very, very
Are you
aware.
honest?
Calm down. Oh, Spicy, that's why I love this lady. Spicy said, before my husband came to Nigeria for us to get married, because we have not met, I zoomed his picture. Remember the word
Check on
zoom.
the size.
I zoomed his picture to his friend to help me check the size. Okay. They
Hey!
confirmed that he was not
Yo,
and
yo,
it was
you
true.
know why I'm laughing? Because my husband, too, before I met him, I sent him my picture, like I was holding something. He said he had to zoom out my breast to make sure
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When you are sure that this is the person, because me too, my husband, nothing happened until we got married already. But the video call was very necessary, where you have to be close to the laptop. And anything I say, show me, don't argue. You don't have to argue. So everything you want to think of.
So now you are met with they talk about all this show me now.
Why won't you show
But
me?
you
Why
have
would
to look,
Oh.
coach. You have to know, because this person is in a different continent. You're in a different continent, or different country, or different state, whatever. You're not seeing. You cannot say, let me investigate with touch and feelings and hand. We're not saying go down to the other room, but investigate. Like, yes, let me see a hand. You cannot. So you have to position, and they're asking you to position now. They ask you position. Show me this side. How it be? How it look? They want to know what size. Some men love to have bobby as if they are children that you're breastfeeding, right? So they want to see the size that you're carrying on your chest. And I mean, so you have to talk about these things, show, investigate, know how it's working. And for me, I will tell you you have to test it in front of camera for me to see that it's working.
Wow.
It's not by you sending me photos or standing in video call. So every process, we cannot even say, it's a lot
This
of
lady
steps.
just said something, Constance. This lady just said something. A lot is happening in Nigeria.
Thank
That
you
some
so
women
much,
in
Pat
Nigeria
Ayaba.
now
Thank
is
you for
marrying two
joining us.
women,
Thank you.
two husbands.
That is exactly what we just saying just now about a woman who found out that the husband's thing is not working. So they just have to discuss about it. You understand? And if they now have the support of going outside to get a child or going for an adoption, it solely depends on what they have discussed. You understand?
Right.
If they have that mutual understanding.
Yeah.
But
the
a
thing
woman
is-
going behind the man to
Yes.
go and do it because he knows he's not okay.
But Pat, having two husbands is also part of some of the tradition. We talked about it in one of our stream that some people were freaking out.
So
We have some parts
what
of
she meant
Nigeria.
was women cheating, having a man outside and also having a man inside the house. I think that was what she meant.
Okay. Because why I had asked the host to pin the sacred comment you said before. I wanted to ask, what about the culture that we have that women were allowed to marry as many husbands as they want also? Then, and what about the secrets? People, having this type of things, and you have to do all those rituals. Why did our forefathers have those rituals that you have to do cleansing when you're a married woman and you step out? If those things were not happening then. So it's not, I feel then a whole lot of things were kept secret. Because I remember in my secondary school, because my house is at the outskirts of the village, and there's a lot of bushes and all of that, and that's the part where the secondary school of the community was. And I know how we used to catch some married couple that we know there. I remember once I even saw one of my friends' father with my one of my relatives' wife. Because my mom had sent me to go to the market to purchase things to come and cook soup, and I was very good in running, so I could run for long distance. So I ran. So coming back, I had more time. So I said, let me pass inside the school so I can pick up this fruit, this red fruit we have that we call umbrella in Nigeria. I don't know what's the scientific name for that fruit. Umbrella that you eat the outside, you break the inside. There's a brown seed inside. It's like almond.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's our own African almond. Yes, umbrella tree.
Fruits.
Exactly. That fruit, we had it a lot in the school yard. So everybody goes there to pick. So I said, let me pick some fruits and come back home. And I was walking quietly. I don't know, people say I walk like a ghost. You will not hear my footsteps. You see me. That's just how I walk. So maybe as I was passing by the classroom, they didn't hear. And I had seen them. And there were two adults that I know, and I was still a young person, but I could tell what they were doing. But I just passed and went home and didn't say anything. Fast forward, many years later, both of them were caught, and they had to parade them in the community, and they had to do all the cleans and everything. But he's still with his wife till this day. The woman is still with her husband too, but yeah, the community knows that the both of them were seeing each other and having, all of that. So the secret was there. Some people got caught, some people didn't. But even then, they knew how to keep it secret. But now social media will blow everything out of proportion. So yeah.
This is what I'm thinking now. Like, I'm thinking what it is that entails for a woman to love a man, like to truly love a man. I think a woman that has a complete love for a man, giving it to her like she wants it, should be one of the qualities of why she loves this man so dearly. Why am I saying this now? I read a comment where Pat said women should stop cheating if the man cannot do the do, you move. Now I was not asking myself, a woman that truly loves her husband and he cannot do the do, is that love actually complete? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it is. It is.
Mm.
And
not loving him because he can't do the do or what?
yeah, it depends. See, marriage is very interesting in the sense that
I'm very
if you,
deep.
if you honestly love somebody, it's not because of a fault that
Yeah.
you move out of that relationship.
You will even overlook faults.
Yeah. Today's women, we're always thinking
Should
that.
we include knowing how to do it in
Okay,
the
that's why
fault?
I'm coming to that. Doing the do, at some point in your marriage, that doing the do is not what you're thinking about. At some point, when the children are there, when you're trying to grow the career, both of you, you might, okay, maybe once
What
in a
about
while,
before the children comes?
before the children come, of course, it's just the two of you. So maybe the doing the do was more frequent. Then as the kids are beginning to come, it will
No,
start
she
reducing.
said if the man cannot do the do.
If the man cannot do, is it that he can't do at all, or he's not
No,
reaching the.
when we say do the do, do as in
No,
do the do as
there are
in do it well.
some people still do the do, but they can't get you to cloud nine. They can't get you to orgasm. A lot of doing the do. Some people will just come, pack, 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 action, don't finish.
That's it now.
That is
If
doing
you
the
love somebody, there are a lot of things you don't even like. Not that
You will manage. That's when managing
that's what I'm
comes
saying.
in.
it's not like it's not important. It is, but
It's
at the end
important,
of the
but
day, you did not love him because of that.
And that's
thank
why we
you.
advise that you also have tools. Have
These
different
days,
tools.
these days,
Purchase different tools. So
people
wherever
think,
he stops, your tool finishes the work.
yeah, these days people think doing the do. At some point in your marriage, see, when you have kids, when you're chasing your career and all
Yeah.
of that,
You're
there are
not
so many
focused on
things
that.
that comes with it. You understand? You're thinking about how to build an empire, how to make money. You will come back tired. Whatever you get, you just take it and then. How about old people that still cuddle each other at age
No,
70?
you are getting it wrong. You are talking about an advanced marriage. I am talking about a new couple that are just starting. And at the
A
end of
new
the day,
couple. So
like
far,
the
the
man,
man,
the
so
lady
far
now
the
feels
man
like he can't satisfy her. You
So
understand?
far, the man is not sick, right? That means he can still do the do. The point we are now talking about is a woman completely satisfied. If you do census on women, 90% of women have never gotten to orgasm.
Ah,
If you take
No.
census, you understand?
true.
Let's just doing the do doesn't mean come knock, pack, action,
Yeah.
don't finish. 10, 10, 10, 10,
Oyoyo,
10
that
seconds.
90 you said just now is 100% correct.
I'm telling you, move away from me, I'm talking.
In the world, all of Africa, they do that percentage. I have to ask that because
Because I was discussing with a lady, I was telling her about talking about orgasm. She was like, "What do I mean by orgasm? What will happen
Thank
when
you.
get to orgasm?" Yeah.
Thank you. So
no
when you
African
look at
person did
it
that.
that way,
No
okay,
African person did
let me
tell
give
that.
you, let me give you. Sometimes women can endure, right? Because it's not satisfying me. I want to move up. Have you thought about a man that will marry a sickle cell anemic woman and then stayed in that marriage? Have you thought about a woman that knows fully well that this man is a sickler and she stayed into the marriage? Or have you thought about a man that will marry a woman with lupus? Lupus has no cure, and they stayed in that marriage. You understand? And he loves her. unconditionally.
Of course, love can make you do anything. It can make
Yeah,
you do
so people
crazy
should
things.
stop
Yeah.
giving this do is not
But
everything.
Oyoyo, we also have to consider those people that have high level of, they want it almost 10 times in a day. And maybe
No
he
man
or
can
she,
satisfy
at this
that.
point, I'm not even talking about female or male, but I'm just saying it could be a man, it could
Any,
be a
right?
woman that wants it that much. And
Then
the
get
other
toys.
person is like,
Get
once I'm
toys.
okay in a day, you get.
Get toys. Enhance that relationship. When I mean
True.
enhance it, it's very, very important we start learning this thing. There, a male, you said when he stops, something else you can complete it, right? There
Yeah.
are things you can buy to complete it. Make
Very
person son,
good things. Yeah.
make person son no come die, say he won't make you reach class 20. Honestly.
Who played the music that completed what Oyoyo
I
was
guess
saying?
it's the phone call.
Okay,
You are not
spice it up. I'm going to be naming their channel name. For some reason, it's not showing. So I we have trending G. Oh, sorry, I can't do that. I'm trying to display the name. We have trending gist with Octavia Cora. We have Constant Space. We have Nikki Somi
Ugo.
Ugum, and then we have Ochtonia. So maybe a
And
man.
remind them we have a page. We have a Facebook page. We
Yeah,
have a Facebook page, Ladies of Hot Topic. Make una no worry. Very
yeah.
soon. Now when the page go, they bring money now, and I go no say we get page.
Yeah, we'll definitely will kick off on that. So, Mel, if you can type the names out,
I
please.
had my name. I had my name.
Okay,
Okay,
okay. We'll say if I remove the
the comments. Let me
the
see.
comment. All
Okay,
right,
okay,
all right.
okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay.
So those are the ladies we have. So the thing is this marriage, I know do. Everybody likes to do, you understand? But that's not the primary thing about marriage. You understand? Marriage is all about love, trust, and do complement it not 100%. And if you're a woman
And
listening,
also have the conversation. Have that conversation before you people go tie the knot. Ask him or her, how do you like it? How many times do you think? Just talk about this. Some people feel like they are shy and, oh, this person will see me
Yeah,
as
so
that.
women do this
This
use
person will
of
see
I
me
am
as
shy
this.
about it. Like
It
try
doesn't
when
matter.
you are
Talk about
married
it.
or about to
The
get
thing is,
married. So
if
what
it's
is the
yes, if
desire?
it's someone that you know that you're heading toward the right path, this I'm not saying discuss with anybody at all, but if you see that this person is giving you green light and you're positive, you too, you're also showing green light, is someone you can settle with. Be you a man or a woman, ask every question that you can ask.
Do you know the issue
Very
we have? Do
necessary.
you know the issue we have in most of those things now? You see all those people that call themselves born again. That's where we have problem. It- Let me say, if what I know now is what I
Yeah,
knew before I got married the first time,
yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even know the person I would have gotten married to. You understand? Because it's more like now I've known better. If what I know now is what I knew then, maybe I might not even be out of marriage, things like that. So let's bring it to those people that call themselves born again Christians. You understand? Let me use my brother as an example. He's an IFAC leader. You get those people, those IFAC people, if you want to marry a woman, if you want to marry anybody, you can't even buy, you see, even gala, you cannot even buy it for that lady. The lady will not spend anything from your pocket. The lady will not visit. I say that time, but that time, common. I say common gala. If you say, buy something for her, and this I say, I know that you're not supposed to buy anything for her. Both of you will not. In fact, if you go for counseling, say both of you will not sit in the same place. This one will sit there, the other one will sit there. They will see them differently. They will not come out. Hey, sister, brother. Okay, okay. Now, pam, you go. So, what time do they have to ask themselves this question? What time do they have to know if they're even compatible? Because they don't pray. They say the Holy Spirit.
Nikki, let me ask you a
Whatever
question.
happens is the fault of their church.
Let me ask you a question. Is that thing still happening up until now?
It's still, how old is my brother? My brother is not even up to 45. When was
Okay.
that? As long as if doctrine is concerned, it will be happening. Born again, it will be happening. You don't
Yeah,
expect a
some
born
of them
again
once
to
said
sleep.
those stops at
You don't
in
expect a
some
born
churches.
again to go and to go and have to go and sleep with a man before they get married.
No, no.
No, no,
And
no, it's not.
what we are saying
That's
here,
what we were
what we are
explaining here.
saying
Now that's
here,
what like people think that you go to the other room. No, when they
yeah,
say do your
that's
You
not
investigation,
correct.
know,
it
okay,
has
let's not go
nothing
far.
to do
Do
with.
you expect a pure born again to go and start weighing the size of not be sin? It's a sin
You
now.
you can weigh without which sin now person you want marry, which sin be that one with
Even
sin
your
every
eyes,
day.
you
Is
want
that
to
show
commit
me
sin
the
before
person that is without sin. He
Thank
that is
you.
without
you
sin
want to
should
commit
cast the
sin.
first stone.
That's what I'm saying, because they are the ones that knows the sin very well. So even the eyes myself, where you look, you say you look woman bomb on a sin. Even the eyes say where you go take look, you go
Even
like
when you
that.
not even look the bum now, what do you think? Even if you think now sin. So you cannot say nobody is too holy, nobody is Jesus Christ. So people need to stop this whole if I do this, I do that.
They are
They
acting
have themselves to
they are
blame at the end of the day, right? Themselves and their pastors and their church leaders and
Okay,
their that
okay.
community to
Now we
blame.
are saying they have themselves to blame, and then people like we've said it here several times. Read the Bible for yourself, because
Self.
nobody is going to be in that marriage with you. If you guys watched it, or rather, we're on the internet on Sunday. This American pastor that have collected tithes for over two decades, you understand, started speaking that he was
The
giving a
truth.
wrong message. You understand that with the knowledge he knows now, that he feels so sorry, he's apologizing for collecting tithes from church members, and then and those tithe money he used it to buy private jets. So now he's saying that his doctrine, has been wrong for many years, over 2 decades, right? So I now ask, is it going to do financial restitution, whereby you start looking for everybody that's contributed tithe to you to pay money? So the thing is that if you're relying solely on what your church is saying, or what your whatever is saying, when the chiefs are down, the pastor will tell you have to endure. So that's up to you. We're not saying you that you should go and commit sin, okay? You can use your church mind and determine what you want to do. After all, God is himself is full of love and not hate, and God will not judge, because you're trying to prevent had I known. We are not saying go to the other room to size it up. You can use your eyes. When you hug somebody, you're sizing a lot of things up when you're hugging. So there are so many ways to get around it.
Even in certain conversation, even if the person is in a different continent from you, a certain conversation that you're having with the opposite and this thing, you will react. You will react and you will see what you want to see. So that is you even far away. We're not even talking about the handshake, but you've seen what you want to see already. So it's not even about going to the other room, is
So
even
if you
far.
see what you want to see, and then now you're like, oh my god, this one is not big enough. This is not what I want. And then you think you can quit that marriage? I mean, you can tell them you don't want to marry again. You can't
You don't
even
have
tell
to tell
them.
the person that this is the reason. Now you have to find an excuse why
What excuse
you're
when they
not going to
already
go
told
through.
you that God said? Do you understand that? That God said.
So
During my brother's time, they said
yeah.
they saw two women, fair women. As a matter of fact, there is a particular one my brother loves. So as in this girl, my brother love her. So I live with my brother. I lived with him. He loves this girl. The girl is fair, tall.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
we did rapport well, very, very well with the girl. You understand? But when they come pray, they say they see fair woman. This and this and that. My brother thought this was a lady. He was so happy and all that. But at the end of the day, they say no, she's not the one. There's another person. Did you see that now? Now the person you love, they say she's not the one. There's another person. Okay, you can't see say that person now where they say na him be the person now. You know like him, but they don't already tell say Holy Spirit say oh say na him be the one. What would you do? You can't
You
quit.
know,
No, no, no,
Be
no.
careful,
I
because
can
nobody
quit.
is going to force anything on me.
I can quit. You know
You
why I
have
can
you
quit?
can quit because you have the mind to quit. But this one na pastor people will be say
Who
na
be pastor? Pastor God.
okay.
That's
They
me.
are the
yes,
head of
this thing is
church.
just a two-way thing.
Did I
It's
help
either
pastor
you
to
are
pick his
religiously
own wife?
enslaved.
Who be pastor? Is pastor
But
going to go
the
through
question is,
matrimonial
did
problem
you
with
help pastor to pick his wife
You know,
or her
pastor?
husband if it's a female
Personal
Some
pastor?
doctrines.
people are religiously enslaved. Why some will say it's good to go through prayer before going into the marriage,
that's the
So
prayer
all
we're
these
talking
things
about.
can somehow make a very big mistake that you cannot even retrace your step. You understand?
That's the thing.
So I called it religious enslavement. Okay, if the accuracy
Yeah.
is correct.
The thing is, you're right, because there is no need saying this person will pick. Because I remember when someone wanted to get ready, the church I was attending, then they were like, don't go to the house, don't visit, don't this, don't that. And I was like, what kind of talk is this one? All those people, do you think they are doing all this thing that they're telling you to do? And people are like, you're not a member of that church. I say, so because I'm a member of the church, this is me, I go tell you, like, when they fry in head, I'm not telling. I say that thing when they do that nonsense. So people are like, you talking to pastor? Like, I say, I'm telling you, pastor not be human being, no person
I
born.
think I have said this
Now from
before.
heaven come down. So
You know,
for me, I've always been this kind of person. And like, my just say me, I go come into Nako counseling. You know, serious. I go come back and I tell me, so this one, so
Mel,
that one. I say, I beg, come on, yeah, I'm not fit the shout.
when I came
You
to
get,
this country, I was about
yeah,
getting married with my husband. We're supposed to wed in this country. The church he
yeah,
was going to, they said, since I came and I was living with him in his house, that since we
they
are
won't do
already
it.
living together, they cannot wed us. You understand?
Yes,
If you want the church to wed us, that means they will have to come and wed us in our sitting room.
yeah.
That was why we left the church and went somewhere else to have our wedding. Now, what I want to say, one of those elders in that church that supported us not getting married in the church, that it was going to be in our sitting room, actually wedded the daughter, and she was few months pregnant, because I calculated after the wedding she put to bed. I noticed she was pregnant when she wedded, and they wedded her in the church because he's an elder. Eh?
Aha.
She
You
put to
see?
bed, and I
There's
calculated
always exceptions. You always, if you check.
born before that wedding.
You see?
Now you can imagine, for example, the Nikki's brother
He
now,
had no
someone that he
protection
really loved.
because he
They
was
didn't
an
allow
elder
him
in the
marry
church.
that person.
I, I,
All
I,
in the name
I,
of what?
I can't even fathom that. Do you know that man will be
Exactly.
living
Can
in
you
Libya?
imagine?
I can't
He will
fathom
be
that.
let's you know what I'm thinking now. I'm thinking when he will be getting down in the other room with this wife that church gave him, he will be thinking of that one that he
You're
loved.
thinking about the other one.
What kind
That's
of
what
torture is
you know.
this?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and let me tell you something. Most of those marriages, you stay there
Yeah,
because of your rank in church. This my
yeah.
brother want to tell you about now. My cousin is watching me here now, so whatever I'm saying, I'm not hiding my mouth. This my brother is an AFAC leader. In fact, they don't give him the leader 2 times. You know this 10 or when you're a leader, you lead for like 2 years and all that. After 2 years, they give him another leader. So the thing now is that you don't even know if he is happy in that marriage or he is there because I have to be there due to
He
my
has to
rank
be
in
there now
church.
because
You
he's
understand?
he's doing it for the church.
And
He's
this
not
one,
living for
this
him.
love. I said this one way in love there. I say this. We are there now. All of us go.
Anyway, I thank God
talk.
for today's women. If anybody listening to us, and if you're Nigerian or from Africa, I believe we all saw what happened to Sinachi's case. So it's high time people start waking up. Take decisions that will favor you and your children and your family, and not the decision that will favor the church. The same church she was avoiding, that church did not come to bury her.
Hey.
The same church. So, in all said, whatever we are going to say, the church this, I am a church girl, okay, and all of that. But the thing is that I still have my my wit. I still have my wisdom. I still know what to do and how to go about it. The church is not in any place there to decide for you who to marry, because they might pick somebody they think is best for you, but they don't know how you feel. This
Okay.
feeling.
Let me tell. I'm sorry to cut you short. Let me tell you guys about my own. My own time. Yeah. I was while growing up. Actually, I was not that type of person that I wouldn't call it flirt. That actually go out too much, like have boyfriend, go to the man's house and things like that. I did not do all those things. You understand? So people were coming to ask for my hand in marriage, probably due to my daughter now, due to height and things like that. So as early as 16 years, they were already, coming from different places. As I did so, I don't say I don't get boyfriend, but I know say I get what I like. You understand? You know your spec in a man. It's not a must that you get it, but you know that when you see something, this is what you like, you get. So I'm talking.
We know that you get spec.
I guess forget it. I guess spec. Sure you get. So
What then?
during there was this there's this traditional marriage that happened beside my house one time. I attended. So one guy came and all that. I thought the guy in my spec. You get. He came He talked to me. He was like, this girl, you fine, this one, this one. He started asking the people that were doing that marriage, who is this girl and all that. This is somebody I like, you understand? But because say they don't go pray, they now say that no, hey, no, that guy is not her husband though. If she married this guy, she will suffer in the guy's hand. This they talk for that reason.
I can
For
relate
that
to that.
reason, for that reason, everybody was against him. Everybody, no, I didn't hear what they prayed. They said, if you enter this marriage, that you're going to suffer there, you're going to do this, you're going to. This is somebody my heart accepted, but I'm going to suffer there because of getting. They have prayed. Me, I know Sabi pray. I'm not the praying type. Even if you give me fasting, I go to eat my food, but I go tell you I don't do fasting. That is my life. Sure, you understand? So the person now that I am no longer with, that is now the husband they said is my husband. The time he was coming, and then my mother dragged me to the pastor or Okachancha pastor. Pastor, where we say later, all of them they call the quarrel. We went to the pastor. Immediately we entered there. Hey,
Oh dear.
hey.
If they tell you how many people these pastors have destroyed their homes,
That man.
if they tell you how many people these pastors you are seeing have destroyed their homes, you will not believe it.
He said, this guy said that this is her husband. In fact, this, you know, when they tell you that this is this is yours, but within you don't even cry. You know, as an, have you asked me if I actually accept this person, or is God now interested in giving us what we don't want, or maybe force something to us? You tell me that this is the person God has ordained for me. If God has ordained somebody for you, God should be able to know that this person that he's ordaining for you, he's supposed to know what you need, what you
I
will
beg
be.
you, Nikki, please stop saying that ordained. God did not ordain anything.
No, that is what they're saying now.
They are the ones ordaining the man for you. Okay, let's keep it that way.
You know, some women miss the men they love and the men they could actually live with.
I am
So
one of
marry the wrong
let
people
me say it
because
now.
the pastor chose. This is
Chose.
him. This is
That's
not
what
him.
I said the man. They said this. The person I said, you know this. Okay, let's say you are this type of person that you don't have time for guys. Anything about guys doesn't move you. You understand? And then you can't see person maybe say it touch you small, like it move you small. You know that kind of thing. Now it's all about you getting to know this person. Knowing each other, things like that, blah blah blah, and all this or more. Now they can't talk. Say
Hello, emotion.
now they can't talk. Say that if I enter the man house, this one maybe say even they come near with that time. This one go buy like up to 10 bread. Buy plenty bread.
Now, bread be your problem.
You want to become bread seller.
If you go travel, come by go
You
buy.
want me to become
This
bread
one they buy
seller.
one, they buy like 10.
But one thing some people fail to understand is
Did they
that some
try
of
they
these
buy at all at
visions
all?
are not visions. Like
Did they try
when
they
they
buy
say,
at
I
all
got
at
a
all? My
message
ex
from
don't know
God.
where they sell
The
her.
message is not from
Like
God.
killing
The
Papa
message
and
is just
grandmama.
from their head, and they are thinking of what is going to benefit them and their church. So
Yeah.
if it's a rich person that is going to give them money, it's a person that can work in the church for them to make more money for them, they will always think of themselves first. But most people did not understand. I feel now people are beginning to realize it. But in those days, people
You
didn't
know,
question what people were
you will
saying.
sit in front of them. They'll be saying, "Yes, Lord, speak. I am listening. Yes, I am listening. I am listening."
Sometimes it's like you have been in
No.
such touch.
My mom,
Anyway,
my mom
ladies,
last week was saying that I was talking to my mom. She was not saying all these pastors that when you go to see them, they'll say, "Yes, Lord, I'm listening." Like, how come? As in which God is talking to them? That what are they listening to? What are they hearing? I was like, okay, now your eye open.
Okay, ladies,
Like,
now that we are talking about churches and pastors, I hope you guys are aware that is he Kambosi? What's his name again? Odumeje's church was destroyed today in Onitsha by the government. And when they were showing the video, the fence the fence between the church and the road, you can see there is no drainage system in the whole of that place, and they went there and built the church. So will he now tell his church people that God did not tell him that situation like this was going to happen? since God is always ministering to them that this is your wife and this is not your wife.
Yeah, and he's Mr. Sia.
Yeah. So,
Who
and
is
also,
when it
secondly,
comes to this.
the pastor in Port Harcourt that is always into charity that picked up that Nollywood homeless guy has given condition for wives that want to marry the guy, and a 24-year-old girl was giving herself up to tell you how desperate some young folks, because they already know that the old man, homeless man, that his brain is no longer together mentally, has a home now. He has TV, he has fridge, free electricity, he has generator, and he's not going to pay rent. That has become his home because of those small things that the church is gonna provide. A 24-year-old girl that should be thinking of how to be an astronaut, thinking of how to be surgeon general, how to be the next tech guy. You understand? How to do something with her life is already mortgaging herself and her generation because of what the church can afford. So it's a messed up situation for most people, and they are not getting it. You can become what you want to become if you ask God to help you. This church say, the pastor did not say, they are not telling you. Few years ago, Deeper Life overseer spoke about their church wedding marriage doctrine, that he was going to reverse the marriage doctrine. This happened like about 4 years ago, that he didn't even know that people were suffering to this extent to get married. That's Deeper Life Church. So some people will just form a committee in church and become the Lord and Master, decide young girls' fate, young men's fate, because they have the position and authority. Anyway, ladies, our time is coming to an end for today's show. And we've all shared our opinion about DNA. When in doubt, I am a champion, go for DNA test. But before you go, make sure you're mentally okay to stand it. And before I get all of us to round up, I want to put a very funny joke to all of us here. When I came to the US newly, there is this show they call Maury Show. Mel, I don't know if you watch it. It's a DNA show. So a lady got pregnant, went to one night stand, got to the club, one night stand with maybe a few different men. And then she got pregnant, she had twins. So the man that she was claiming to be the father of the child, the DNA result said, not the father. Then the second baby,
I saw that.
the
Exactly.
second, two children, different fathers, one pregnancy, twins, different fathers. So when I saw that, I say, biologically, is that possible? It's possible. So it means that the first child entered, and she Kukuma had another one night stand with another one, another baby entered. Twins. They were born twins, but two different fathers.
Wow.
I know. So if
Nah.
you watch Mauricio,
The two enter together and
at the
one
same
fertilize
time, I
and the
don't
other
know how
fertilize.
it was.
But what about the one that happened that made, would I say, history or something? I think it happened in the US too, that the man went for DNA test and they said the child was not his. And if he knew that it was strange, and he went to another hospital and he kept the same thing. It came out that it was not his, not knowing that he was what they call these twins, but he ate up the other one. So the one he ate up was the father of the child. But you see, so the DNA test came out, it was not he was not the father, but they
Wow.
said it was a relative. And it was like, what relative? He doesn't have like brother or something that he would say, okay, what, his brother was sleeping with his wife or something. And they kept going and they kept doing before they found out that there's something they call those type of twin that won't grow inside the other and all of that. But he was that kind of twin, but didn't even know.
Yeah.
So that other DNA that is inside of him, when they checked him and they saw that he has two different, like he had a brother that never developed into a human being and it's inside him, that was the father of his child. So a
Wow.
whole lot is happening with DNA. Yes, a whole lot is happening.
Okay.
So, guys, we want to appreciate everyone that joined us today. You guys made it very spicy and interesting, and spice it up with Onwadie. I love you, sis. Thank you for joining me Thank you everybody that contributed to the emotion. Thank you, Creative Lights. Thank you, Maya Girls, Rosie Catch. And I'm going to leave the floor for my co-host for them to say, at least to give us the final speech before we end the show. Usually 2 hours, and we are struggling not to exceed that. So we'll be starting with Constance. Constance, what will be your final thoughts?
Okay. You know, the thing is, at some point, it was as if we deviated, but if you ask me, we never did. Why? Because when we come to the religious aspect, I would say let us not find ourselves in a situation whereby we are religiously enslaved. By at the end of the day, you marry somebody you know you don't love, or somebody you know you are not compatible with. At the end of the day, you start having problems with your marriage. You feel maybe this not the man you'd have married. Then you now go outside, get pregnant, and bring in the child. And at some point, when the trouble arises, now you guys start talking about going for a DNA test, and at the end of the day, the man is not the father of the child. You understand? So my advice here is, let's get it right. Let's marry our better half. You know, the thing is, these days marriages are having problems. Like, at some point I was asking what's going on, like what is going on in marriages these days. But at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on. Like, this marriage of a thing is very deep, and it's not something we can understand in a day. You understand? So I just advise, like, let's get married to our soulmates. If it's not working, let's try to make it work. Let's have this discussion with our partner when we think he cannot do the do, and his cucumber is not working, and you guys want to have children. Discuss with your partner. Either you go for an adoption, or he gives you a. But at the end of the day, if I should ask, even by biblical itself, you guys discussing and giving her the consent of going out to get pregnant, is it actually good, as in biblically okay? Oh, yo, yo.
That story I told you guys, those are pastors. Don't think they are lay people. They have church in Lagos. The
Yeah.
girl that has 6 children from outside. The husband is a leader. He's a pastor, not just a leader. So,
So the thing is,
What
this
about
issue.
the ones that they caught recently that they said they are also pastor and pastor's son that they killed and butchered
That's
and
why I said we should
disposed of?
not
So
be
yeah,
religiously enslaved, because at the end of the
true.
day, these people telling you to do this and not to do this actually do the most. You understand?
yeah.
So just know what is right, know what is good for you, and do it. You understand? Be in a marriage, be faithful, love your husband, love your wife, have this communication amongst yourself,
Okay,
and make
darling.
your marriage work. So that any issue concerning DNA test will not arise in the future. That's all I have to say, because this matter is broad.
Thank you so much, Constance. We really appreciate your thoughts and contribution today. I will be going to Nikki. Nikki, give us your final
Yeah.
thoughts.
Okay. In as much as I was not able to talk too much today, but at the end of the day, this marriage of a thing is by grace, whether love or no love. In as much as yes, that love is really important, because when you love someone, you wouldn't want to hurt that person no matter what. We know that men sometimes, just because they want to have that fun, they can do whatever they want to do. But women, knowing that, just like I don't know who called up again. Was it Rose that called?
Rose, yeah, Rosica.
Yeah. Why is different is that when a man impregnates a woman, the woman is with the child, not inside the house. So the responsibility is there. Than you bringing another man's child in the house while the man is taking care of this child as his own. And then you can imagine the heartbreak this person will get, knowing that actually a man like me has a child living in my house while I'm here taking care of, that kind of thing. Now, how okay, just like, let's just, as we can even put it this way, let's just assume this man has a child, and there is a way they can actually bring this child inside the house without we knowing, taking care of somebody's child. Let's just turn it around and see how would you feel doing it, thinking this child is actually yours, and you're doing everything for this child. Not that you can't take somebody's child, you can't take care of somebody's child the way you can to your own, but doing it unknowingly, and then later they now tell you that All this suffer where they suffer self, no you get this speaking, no. Meaning that this child can be taken from you at any moment. You understand? So let's just know how as adults, if you're living with a man and you feel like, oh, maybe the love I have for this man is not enough. What I'm getting from this man is not enough for me. The mathematics is not what I need and all that. You can actually, seriously speaking, instead of going outside to commit that atrocity, you can actually take a walk. Hey guys, hello. You can actually take a walk. Let's not start. Do you realize I'm on live? You can actually take a walk instead of being there just for you to answer a married woman. Then you're out there committing what, in fact, things that is very, very abominable in the ear. So it's two things that actually involve. It's either you stay and be faithful, or you move out and do whatever you want to do. Let's stop giving those men this heart attack.
But it seems like society too contributes to it now, because you see how women that are not married, how they've been treated.
Yeah.
When they get less respect and all of that. So most times that's why they go and do what they want to do, and they come back home just to have that title.
Marriage.
That's what some of them are doing. Yeah.
Married. So answer that word, married. Now, because now those women where they do that kind of thing, now the ones where we say, as a matter of fact, you don't even know your stand in life. You see the way I am now, they not born the person where made the person call his marriage challenge me. They never born. In fact, they never born and well for this whole earth. As I am here now, I am not talking about marriage. Even till tomorrow, I am not talking about marriage. Even till tomorrow, and nobody will use marriage or be marriage to challenge me. You cannot. Probably, yeah, those people that will be so desperate about that is those that have not actually gone in there. You understand? Everybody want to test it. It's just like myself now. I don't have a baby boy. You understand? It's my wish to have one, to know how it feels like
To raise
have
a
one.
boy.
You understand? To raise a boy. I know I've been helping my sisters and all that to take care of them, but I really want to know how it feels. So those things that you haven't done, you want to know how it feels like to do it. You understand? Nobody is praying for anybody to go into marriage and have a bad one. No. But by the time you have a bad one, you'll be like, okay, some people might make up their mind to remarry and things like that. But some people like me, I'll just say it here. People like me, marriage doesn't move me. As a matter of fact, if I even hear that word marriage, in my mind, I'll be like, a lot of things.
Nick, the reason why you could feel that, because like you said, you've gone into it, you've tasted it, you've experienced it. But for a young lady that is 36,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They haven't tasted it.
you understand? The
So
society
looking
is
at
telling
that,
you, the society is telling you your biological clock is ticking, you're heading to 40. In the US, once you're 35 years old, your doctor will tell you, no, you're now at risk when it comes to pregnancy. At risk pregnancy starts from age 35. So you're expected to have your children before 35. Once you click to 35, you're pregnant. They're going to place you at risk pregnancy.
but I believe this thing has been going on and on social media before. When you get to a certain age, and maybe the man is not there, no marriage yet, and things like that, why not find a way to have a child?
Yeah, there are people. I advocate for that. You understand? But
But
you
there's
like,
stigma that comes with that. Now, for
yeah.
example, let's use this Nigerian blogger, for example, Linda Ikeji. You saw how a whole lot of people, what people said about, when after a while she was no longer with the guy that she had her son with. So I feel like society is also a big problem, where society tend to judge, tend to box people in very difficult positions if you're not married to the point that you're
Mel,
married. Yeah.
I feel it's only
I
when
don't
you
want to
allow
understand
society
that
to.
When you are not exactly,
Only when you allow the society to
I
do so.
disagree, Constance. I disagree. We can say when we allow a society, when you are on the other side giving advice, it's always very easy to dish out advices. But when you are wearing the shoes, you'll find out that it's not the same. It's not the same. The society, if you're living in Africa, then the society has a lot to say. But because we are living overseas, you understand, we are no longer there. It's like, assuming we are all in Nigeria now. Of course, every Sunday you must go to church. You're expected to go to church. You must be that religious for you to like be seen as a decent person, somebody that comes from a home and all of that. But because we are here, you've seen things differently. That even those people here that they are not every day sleeping in the church, they have better behavior, even more better relationship with God than those people that do 5 days a week in church back home in Nigeria. So our perspectives about life already changed because of where we are, where we found ourselves, and the things that enlightenment and civilization has contributed in our lives. Go and tell somebody in my village that is 35, hey, when will husband come? I know of I have an auntie
No,
because she
yo,
was,
you are getting me wrong. I'm not talking about those who are not married yet. You understand? I was talking about Linda Ikage. Like, she didn't mind what society will say. The other one wasn't forthcoming, and she had to have her baby.
you know why Linda was able to do that? Linda is a breadwinner, so her parents will not dictate for her. She dictates the rules in her home, in as much as she's a girl. Assuming her parents are the ones feeding Linda, it will not be the same. My auntie, she did not marry because she was waiting for the society. She did not have a child. She's in her almost maybe 61. You understand what is this? And she was busy raising her children, her sister's children.
And she's regretting it now.
You understand? She's regretting it, Nikki. Is it not the children who will come and insult her on top?
No child.
I'm telling you, because of what? Where assuming that woman is in overseas. Oh boy, she don't born finish with that one. So our people are still living, hey, what will my family say? What will the society say?
That's why it's good for people to work. Like I always say, it's the same thing that, like, in my own case, if actually I have a say during my time, I wouldn't get into marriage.
Nikki, you were too young to have a say.
If I was working, they were
Nikki,
teaching
forget
me.
you were too young. Don't say if you were working. Assuming you were 28 at that time, they would not have dictated to you. You were just a baby. So that's why everybody was trying to advise you because you didn't know much. That's why. So pardon them for whatever error it is. And then
I want to say, women, make una go work. Go and work. Make money.
make your own money.
Not too much. Go and rent a house outside. Stay there.
Thank you.
That is my own.
Thank you.
Even but Nikki, even with your money, your big house, your everything, once that kid and husband is not there, they will still judge you in Africa.
Yeah.
They will still judge you.
And make them one picking first, then husband.
You know,
that is
you're
it.
like anything, they're like, see you. Now money, they push you. You don't go find husband. See you, now money, they push you. Don't go
Let
find
the judging come after.
you get. So it is something that people will always have at the back of their mind, that what will society say, because you hear it every day, and sometimes even from your own relatives. You know, we're not talking about just people from outside,
Okay.
which you might be able to do.
Spicy wrote something. She said, you know, when I was talking about in America, in the US, once you're 35, you're considered at risk pregnancy. So she's saying that it's not just in the US, that here she lives in Brazil. Here, my doctor was shocked that I don't have a child in my 40s. You see, that's the thing, because they will expect you overseas to have children if no husband is coming. But back home, hey,
Yeah, exactly. Get better.
woman who will come and marry her? Even Linda Ikeji with all her money and the father, her parents supported her.
But it's not even this time around. It doesn't even matter anymore if you have a
Because
child.
you're overseas, that's why you're speaking English.
Okay.
Don't speak English in your village. Then you know that it matters.
Okay, but let me tell you, ladies, in my own side, what I should say in all these things that is going on now, my own partake on this is, I could remember very well. It's not, we are even saying these things. We're supposed to touch hands to some certain places. What of men that did marry us without telling us they are not able to?
No, okay, Tonya, most of them don't know.
Some knew. I have a sister, a friend. Should I say a friend? Yes, we goes to this nursing school just a few decades from me. She ran out from that marriage by fire by force because of this type of things. The man knew very well, kept all the results with him, waited, took this lady in, stayed with her for 12 good years of her life,
Yeah.
not letting her know.
Why am I even surprised? I have someone too like that.
So this lady suffered in this. If you see this yoke, very beautiful girl, so young, and she stayed in that marriage till she gets this. No, this is now. What is it going down? Seriously.
Some
And
men
this
can
man
be
is so bad and evil and wicked that she left, not telling the lady what's going on, kept pampering her to the next level. Anything she says about going to the hospital and all that, he ignores it. He kept telling her to calm down, to forget it. He's not doing anything to improve. At the end of the day, it's just one day that this lady happens to find out some of these documents. She has to burst into tears. So you kept me mute all this while. You knew all these things is going on. So where is that trust and where is that love? Coming from what Constance says before, that she said that when there is love, going home is not the option. It is an option. There's some certain things ladies see that they know that another option is going home.
Maybe you got me wrong. I never
No,
said
that
going
wasn't
home.
how she said it. She said that you can try and see how you can make it work. But whereby it's not working, then the option is for you to leave.
In this status now, I think going home matters, right?
That's number one thing I will tell you, leave.
Because he knows, and
He
that is
lied.
lies in marriage. Because
He
pretended
knows
not
very well. He kept making it as if he so much love and
any
cherish her.
union built on
Without
lies,
having it.
it's not trustworthy anymore. So if she decides to leave, that's the
So my own advice on this, I should say that in a situation like this, you find out, even though the love is there, the love they say supersedes everything. But in my own side, my own partake on this, I will say that if something like this arises in the home, and I try to communicate with my husband the way he will understand it, what next will we do? How are we going to tackle this? Which way now? Okay, is adoption the option? If he accepts that, that's fine and good. But if he doesn't, and I find out that I will not take it, and I need a child, biologically I am fertile, I need a child, by all means, I can't endure it. With or without that love, I pick risk.
Okay, let me give you an example. There is
That
this
is my
man.
own. I can never set my foot outside when the man does not accept it and say that I want to bring a child, which will be next later.
I want to give you an
will be the
example.
one to point me an accusing finger, take me outside there and bully me.
Wait, I want to give you an example. Then I will allow Mel to say something there before we conclude. There is this man, he had a child in maybe his first marriage. But you know, some people as they grow older, maybe because they've consumed a lot of alcohol, the low sperm counts can set in. Eventually, he married a wife, and then he knew he had a problem because the girl tried for them to go to the hospital. He was postponing, just like their story. Then, and the lady did not know he was waiting for her to be 40. And once you clock 40, we all know what the biological time of a woman. So when the woman now realized it was already late, they married her, kept her in Nigeria for over 10 years. Before she got here, time was already going. At the end of the day, she didn't have a child and she still left the marriage. Then I happened to have an uncle of ours in Lagos those days, no, auntie of ours, married to this young man in Lagos. The man had a problem. He was just a young lawyer, but the woman was working in I think, insurance, whatever. She was a big person then. So she was making more money and tried to talk to this man. Let's go to the hospital. Eventually, he agreed. And then one of the remedies, if you're taking medication, will be no alcohol, right? To see if they can boost up the sperm count. Do you know this man will go behind, go beer parlor, drink, and come back? And the woman wasted all her years. Up till now, she is not married. She's now a big born-again person in Port Harcourt. No husband, no children. So
when it comes to men having low sperm count or having fertility problem, I feel some of them are actually ashamed to own up or speak out. You understand?
Yeah,
I know of someone that had that problem. after they
And
got
But
married.
that, but
Like
Constant, that brings us back
two
to
to 5 years,
society,
there
right?
was no issue.
It's the stigma that goes with it. That's something that society
Exactly.
has to contribute
So
with a whole lot.
no children came after the marriage, and I think maybe the wife was making effort for them to see a doctor, or but he wasn't forthcoming. She left the marriage. I think she has 3 kids in her second marriage now.
that's the thing. You understand? But these other people that hung, that stayed because the church, you see, that my aunt in Port Harcourt, she is there. She served in Anambra as a commissioner in Anambra. And she's one person under P2B. P2B know they joke with this woman because not even one kobo the girl did not steal. To tell you when it comes to righteousness. And because she has gotten so deep into church, having another man to impregnate her was a problem. And the next thing, 40, 50, she's heading to
Exactly.
60. So people will waste their time because of what the society will say, what the church will say. And some men that have the problem, if you have a problem, it can be treated. Work with your woman, your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever to get help. So let's give Mel the option to, we're
Mel,
already creeping
round up.
into 2:30. Mel, please, can you conclude for us? And also, Mel, please welcome Success for us. She's been here for a while now.
Success, you're welcome. You're welcome. Sorry, sometimes we get caught up with the whole conversation and then we miss welcoming people in the chat. You're welcome, Success. I see your messages coming in. I've been reading your messages as the ladies are talking. Thank you very much. And any other person we missed, okay? We Unlock Nation.
Yeah.
You're welcome also. I don't know if there's anyone else we missed, but you're all welcome. We're about to round up. Thank you all for joining us. Well, you people, you've said it all already, but what I would say is, if you know you have issues, start by being open to the person because you chose this person, except church marry wife for you, as Nikki explained here. But if it's someone you chose yourself, even if the church married the wife or husband for you, you're living with that person, you should be free enough or trust that person enough to open up and say, these are the issues I'm having. Then maybe she might say, okay, I'll be able to help, or should we adopt, or whatever the case may be. That being said, going back to should men go for DNA test, I feel like before somebody will ask for DNA test, something that I think there will be like a red light. The woman in question would have hinted, so I would say go for it. But if you are just judging the woman because you are the one stepping out already, you know you're not a faithful person, you're not a truthful, you're not sincere, and you feel like because you are that kind of person that she too, she's doing the same, then I feel you're wrong on all levels because it's possible that your child might not look exactly like you, but it might look like your wife or look like a family member, someone from your side of the family or her own side of the family. Knowing fully well that kids always get 50% DNA from father, 50% from mother. So kids could look different. You could have two parents. You have some kids light skin, some kids dark skin, and all of that. So just people should be coming down and know why you are asking for a DNA test. If truly something tells you and you've seen the green or red light that your wife is doing something that you're not sure, then of course go ahead, go for it. I don't even think anybody's going to judge you or blame you. And even if someone or people do, always know that you can never please everyone in this world, whatever you do. Okay, some persons might not like it. So if you've seen that sign that maybe something is not right with her and she's not forthcoming with good explanation to all those moves that she's making, then of course go and get your DNA test just to put your own mind at rest. But like Oyoyo also said, prepare yourself also because it's going to be 50-50 at that point. If you've been seeing green lights that the lady is doing something, then know that there's a possibility that it will come out being negative, and you might have already built a whole lot of bond with this child. We don't even know how old the child might have been at that point. Okay, it could be an adult already or whatever, but even a newborn, you know, when your wife put to bed, you first time you pick up your child, there's this bond between father and daughter, or father and son, and all of that. So also prepare your mind. It's not about she's doing this, I want to get DNA test, and at the moment you receive your DNA test, you just fall down, heart attack, and you pass on. So if you know you cannot handle it, then just let it be. If you will leave the marriage,
Meaning, make
leave
sure
the
you are
marriage and stay alive.
mentally, emotionally, and psychologically prepared
Ready.
Prepared.
before going
Exactly.
for a
See,
DNA
I
test.
get headache.
Exactly.
Make me
Period.
this weekend.
Because
Period.
heart attack is real.
Is
And some
real.
heart attack
Cardiac
involved
arrest
in
is
such
real.
kind of situation. So always be prepared. And that being said, if you're a woman, you know that you've been stepping out and
Ladies,
doing one
make
thing
una
and
tea
one thing.
time. Oh, I'm going out.
All right. Thank you
All
all so
right.
much for
All
your
right.
time, for being
All
with
right.
us.
Thank you, everyone that have been with us today. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. We Unlock Nations Success. Thank you. Spice It Up. Thank you, every one of you. Rosie Cat, Emotion, Brandon. Wow. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys kept the chat coming. We appreciate you guys. So please keep a date with us next week, Thursday. And that will be, is that a Constance?
Who's gonna be
Constance.
hosting next week?
Huh?
Are you sure it's not me?
Can someone check
I'm the
quickly?
second person. I'm the second
Okay,
to
so
host.
please
Yeah.
keep a date with us, same time at Trending Gist with Octavia. So that's her channel name, Trending Gist. Same time, we are going to be discussing another hot topic, our popular opinion. We appreciate each and every one of you. And also feel free to share our videos if you have a community tab. Thank you guys for joining us today. And to my beautiful, beautiful, amazing hosts, thank you guys. Today was
By
popping.
6
And
p.m.
Nikki, you're looking as if you have a date this night. You're just shining.
Yeah, I noticed it. It's
Shebi no,
true.
that
She
she
I
has
get
think
a date.
I
she
think,
say she-
oh, you're sorry. I think somebody said on Titonia. That is Ochitonia, please. If you want to see me, please, you're highly welcome. Come over to my
All
after
right,
this.
guys. Thank you so
Please
much
do
for your
come.
time, and I'll see you guys next week.
All
yeah,
right. Thank you, everyone.
see you next
Stay
week.
blessed and be
Nikki.
well. Thank you, guys. Amazing, amazing.
So we see
Thank
us
you.
next week.
Yes, at
Bye.
Trending
Yo
Gist
yo.
with Sylvia. Thank you, sweetie.
All right.